cricket.
That sucks.
Lesbian.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of deep.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass. And yeah, we're back. Where have you been?
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that fact.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Okay, terrific.
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
All-night body rock. Don't do it. Don't do. I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
And a man in my position can't afford to be made to look ridiculous.
Hey, welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. It's Monday. Woohoo! You gotta act extra excited on Mondays.
Yeah.
Because usually people are dragging a little bit, so you make believe you're really, really awake and ready for another fine program.
I almost ate my whole bagel before the show started, but I can't just leave this.
That little bite?
Oh, I have to eat it.
I notice you have a very puffy shirt on today.
Is it puffy?
It has a little puff to it.
Yeah. It's one of those shirts that are like pre-wrinkled. I don't know. It's all the rage, Opie.
I don't know. Your wardrobe is growing by the day.
Yes.
I'm sort of keeping a mental note, and I haven't seen a rotation.
You have a mental closet?
I haven't seen a rotation yet. It's starting to scare me, man.
A rotation.
I mean, you're lucky if you get 2 different shirts from me in 1 week.
This is true.
You not only do 5 different shirts a week, then those 5 shirts go, I guess, back in the back of the rotation and doesn't see the light of day for months.
Right.
How big is your closet now, man?
Since I moved, I got a lot of closet space. Didn't used to. Had like a little closet. Didn't have much jeans. Drawers full of T-shirts.
And this is going to go back for the older listeners, not that much older, but since our L.A. trip, I guess. Mm-hmm. And every time you come in with a new shirt, we're all kind of looking at you. Or I guess it's me. I guess no one else is in on this one yet. They will be, though. I have a way of doing that to people.
I know. You asked me.
I'm like, well, is that one of your Rodeo Drive shirts?
No, Opie, this is just a Hugo Boss bought locally.
Have you
Yes.
Have you worn any of your Rodeo Drive stuff yet?
No, I haven't. I haven't been out for anything that I should, put that on for.
And you know damn well not to wear it to work, right?
No, not to work. No.
People will start calling you Noah if you do that, I guess.
Oh, please.
All right.
Please. He was trying to do something, trying to make some kind of statement with his clothing. I could give a shit.
His statement was, I love cock.
Good morning, Jimmy.
Jimmy couldn't sit out on that one.
No.
Full mouthful of food. Had to get that out.
You had to get in on that one.
Had to get the ha-ha out.
How was Boston, Jimmy?
I love Boston, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love Boston. I can't tell you how much I enjoy working there.
I was reading the message board, and a lot of people went to see you up there in Boston. Great reviews. You killed They said you killed.
That club is just phenomenal. It's a perfect comedy club. It's a box.
Yeah.
It's just a big square with like 500 people in it.
Mhm.
And, of course, Boston chicks are phenomenal.
I heard something, though. I was reading some of the people that were up there, that there was this one chick who was totally drunk and like smelled really bad, and some of the message board people had to sit next to her.
Really?
And she spilt her beer on one of the message board guys' laps, and then picked up the glass like nothing happened, I guess, and was drinking out of an empty glass the rest of the night, and she stunk. So she just stunk.
I didn't see her. I wish
A
I would've.
stinking drunk whore. Hello, Boston.
I had a lovely young lady show up at one show, though.
You got to hear this. Is this the story that you just told me?
True, yeah.
You haven't heard this one yet, Ann.
No.
I just happened this weekend.
Fresh.
Young gal shows up and says, after the first show, she's like, oh, I love the show. She's like, oh, by the way, my sister gave you head.
Oh!
And I'm like, really? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm kind of joking with her. I'm like, well, did she badmouth me? And she's like, no. She's like, I got to be honest, I'm a little jealous. And I'm like, you are you?
Oh, no.
Swear to God.
Wow.
It's this is the photo negative of Philly for me. Like, I strike out horribly there, and here it just happens.
Just falls in your lap, so to speak.
Yeah. Ball. And, so we're chit-chatting, and she goes, I'd like to try some Yellow Discipline. And I'm thinking, oh, great.
What?
Yeah, this is not going to happen. She's just talking.
Using catchphrases.
Yeah, just being cute.
Right.
Do you really? So she's like, yeah, I'm going to come back tomorrow. I'm like, okay. So
Yeah. See ya.
there she is the next night, front and center.
Drinking a lot of water at the table.
Yeah.
All ready.
Comes up after the show with her friend, who I think is going to be a horrible C-blocker.
Right.
So I go into the club next door with them. We have a little beverage, and lo and behold, turns out that her twin sister, performed oral treats on me.
And you remembered her?
Yeah. Sure did. And I sure did.
Certainly did. Where's the twin sister from?
I think it's the West Coast. She told it was either Sacramento or San Francisco, one of the two awful cities.
And you have no idea.
I don't remember. It was actually one of the... No, it was... I stand corrected. It was Sacramento. That's right.
Sacramento.
You do remember?
So you remember.
Yeah. Sacramento had an S in it, and it was West. That would be Sacramento. Sacramento.
Right. Of course it was.
And what a lovely gal. So her twin sister comes and goes back to the room, and lo and behold, right down. What a good egg. I couldn't believe it was
good
it
egg.
was happening. And then she like, I want to try some yellow. And I'm like, you do? She was for real. So I lay a towel on the bed, and we fool around a little bit, and she goes, I think you should lay on the bed now.
Oh, boy.
And I lay on the bed, and it wasn't a full gusher, but it was a little squirt gun. And very hot.
Where did you take it?
On the chest. And it trickles into the neck.
Wow.
Maybe it's the same girl, though.
Sounds like that.
I thought of that.
Sounds like that Rosie movie, Riding Jim's Face with My Sister.
God damn, that was quick.
You are something else. There's chicks in California and then Boston, pretty much the furthest you can get apart in this grand land of ours. And Jimmy's getting his dick sucked.
I'm thinking it might be the same girl.
You think?
But she might be a little wacky.
She said they're not identical. I asked her, like, do you guys look alike? She's like, no, kind of, but not exactly. Like, I think she would have said, yeah, exactly, just in case I remembered her. But, little yellow treats. And then we ordered some room service. I had a meal. She had a cookie.
A cookie.
I swear to God, she wanted a cookie.
Yeah.
And then they sent us 4 cookies. She took the other 3 cookies and skedaddled.
And got out of there.
I didn't ask her to leave.
Wow.
She's like, I got to go. Like, all right.
How is that? Did you pinch yourself?
Yeah. Well, I elbowed my own ribs, by golly. Riding Jim's face with my sister.
Amazing.
I am
stupefied.
Yeah, it was. I love Boston, man.
Apparently so.
Let's go to Rick in Boston.
Morning, boo boys.
What's up,
Hello
Rick?
there, Rick.
What's up, guys?
Hi, Rick. Hello, Rick.
Hi. I wanted to tell Jimmy, dude, you were fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah, I saw you Friday night, man. I was fucking laughing the whole way home.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you rock, man.
Cool.
I got nothing. I'm punching out.
That's the whole reason you called?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like,
right.
I watched Family Guy last night, and they...
Oh, what did...
Hey, we lost every
Wow,
phone?
we lost all the phones.
What?
That's a new one.
What happened?
Did we mess up over there?
Was
We
it
just
your
lost all
fault,
the phones.
Danny?
I was about to ask him if he liked the Family Guy last night.
Nathaniel's selling him down the river. I go,
Yeah.
it's your fault, Danny? And Danny's shaking his head no. And Nathaniel's just going, yes, it's Danny's fault. You hit something. You hit a button, didn't you?
He must have hit something, right?
He hit something.
Is there a
I've
button
never
at
seen
end
that
of
happen.
I don't know. That was weird. All right. Well, Anthony, you've been hinted. Well, where do we start today? There's so much. I was gonna.
A lot of stuff.
I'm thinking about the Rosie O'Donnell movie. I'm also thinking we got to go with the Kook first. We got to go with the Runaway Bride.
Runaway Bride. They make it sound like a fun, lighthearted movie or something. Runaway Bride.
Well, it was the movie starring what? Julia Roberts, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always run away at the altar.
These storylines are a little different between the two.
Just a tad.
And you bastards, you thought the guy killed her.
Of course I did.
Yep. You bastards.
What do you think? Dude, 99% of the time, the husband killed her. I mean, this is ridiculous.
And we were right. He should have. She's awful.
He should have killed her. Oh, what a bit.
What a kook.
First of all, this is a prime example of someone who just isn't thinking rationally. They're just not thinking. She had no clue that if she just disappears, that her fiancé, this man that she loves, I guess, is going to just have everybody's finger pointing at him going, oh, here's the latest guy that killed his fiancé. Here he is. And have to deal with that. But she just didn't think about that. She took off, said that the wedding was a little too much. Too big for her. She needed time alone to think it out.
A little too much stress.
A little too much stress. She spontaneously just decided to leave, which the police found out was bull. She bought the bus ticket a few days in advance, set up transportation to get to the bus, and then she took off and went to Vegas, where she hooked up with some Hispanic man and white woman that she then got on a bus with and went to Albuquerque with. And then she made a 911 call, told the police she had been abducted in some phony 911 call, and then the cops came and got her, and after, of course, a little questioning, she folded under questioning.
I got her 911.
Hendry, I don't know, Hendry. I think you fold under questioning. Yeah, so she,
Can I back up for a second? I got her 911 call.
Oh, you got the frantic 911 call?
Yeah, listen how phony this sounds.
Albuquerque 911, operator 45, where's your emergency? I was kidnapped earlier this week, and I'm here now, and I'm Jennifer.
And that's all I got of this? We don't have the whole call?
Liar, liar, pants on fire. I say. She called up. Cops came and got her. They questioned her, and after like an hour or so, they said to her, and I love this cop move. They're like, because she had said she was abducted. It was a red van, I think she said, or a white van. And then after an hour of questioning, the cops just go, Jennifer, we don't have to look for a van, do we? They pulled that move, and she just went, no, liar. We don't, not like, hey, come on, you're bullshit, Jennifer. We don't have to look for that van, do we? No.
It was funny. I was watching all the clips too, and one of the news women were saying, and it was very obvious that she cut her own hair.
Yeah, she cut her own hair.
You can just imagine how awful that looks.
Oh, an ELO cut.
Well, they said she just panicked and just hopped into a black Trans Am and just drove away.
No, she was dancing down that aisle. Knockers bouncing all over the joint. Oh, brother. Yeah, so they found out she was lying. Like she didn't watch TV at all. You can't lie to the cops like this, especially on such a flimsy story. The cops always know. The story falls apart. And they even said, the more she told it, the worse and more different the story gets.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like television, like a movie. It works like those goddamn shows I love on Discovery and stuff. Those cop shows, Cold Case Files. I love that. 20 years later, this guy's like changed his life, turned it around. He was 17 when some bitch got mouthy and he hit her over the head with a golf club, perhaps, or something. And 20 years later, they find something, and some go-getter detective decides to check out some more evidence, and they drag him in. That's how shit works. Not like these movies where you can lie to the cops and get away with it. Doesn't work. And this woman, her story completely fell apart. And you see that other story about those two guys that said they found money up in Massachusetts?
Yeah, those dopes.
These dopes. And they're on every news channel. This is another example of the same thing.
It's like, just shut your mouth.
Shut up, stupid. They were doing some construction in a yard where there was a big barn, and they said they were digging in the ground, and lo and behold, they find this wooden box in the ground. They open it up, and there's these cans, these, I guess, coffee can-looking things, where they open up and find these old money from the 18 and early 1900s. Dollar bills, silver certificates, with a face value of a few $1,000s, but a collector's value of over $100,000. And they had it appraised and everything. And now they're on Fox News, CNN. They're doing the whole circuit saying how they dug up this buried treasure.
Oh, it's a feel-good type of story.
It was a great story. The graphic they put, treasure hunters and treasure found. And these guys are standing around taking photo ops with this money and everything. One day later, the cops arrest the two guys. Turns out they were doing work on this guy's barn, and they found the tin cans hidden in the barn. So now it seems that the owner of the barn didn't know about this, but it's his money anyway. And these guys decided they're going to concoct this story.
But how did they get caught if the owner didn't know that the money was in his barn?
The cops. They said the longer they questioned these guys, the worse their story got. They said that the hole that they dug before they hit the box varied with their stories from 2 inches to like 1.5 feet.
Okay.
And they said they were digging to get a rock out of the way for something they had to build. Then the other guy said they were planting a tree. And, like, the stories just didn't mesh up. That's how the cops will always get you.
The cops are good. They just keep asking questions.
They keep asking the same questions.
Keep asking and asking
and you just trip up. We were digging up a rock. We had to dig up a rock because we were putting a fence up.
A rock?
A rock.
I thought you said a tree.
All right. And then, like, 2 hours later.
Yeah.
So you were digging. I guess, what were you doing with the shovel? Well, we had to plant a tree. Fuck, a rock. We were planting a rock. Okay, I did it. They always trip up.
Why didn't they just take the money? They wanted to be media stars.
They wanted to be. Hey, who doesn't want to be famous?
I guess.
You get a story like that. Maybe one of the local reporters up there in Massachusetts went into the police station to read the blotter, to put it in his local paper, and said, "Wow, you got this treasure story. That's pretty good. Let me try to get." And the news guy he wants to be famous, so he's like, "I could give this to the AP. It makes the AP." Then the local Fox and the CNN people pick it up. Before you know it, it's a huge feel-good story. Hey, you guys want to come on the air with us? Hey, Bobby, you want to come on? It's fucking great. We're going to be famous.
We could probably had him on here.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
All right, we got to go back to the runaway bride story because Jim's making a good point here. Jim, go ahead.
How much you want to bet this asshole still marries her?
That's what he's saying,
I know.
Right?
The wedding is not canceled.
I haven't read that yet, but, if he still marries her, he's a fucking moron.
I think he's saying something like he forgives her or something like that.
Oh, I can understand forgiving her, but if he's stupid enough to marry her, he's a bigger asshole than she is.
What an idiot. What a great start to a marriage. Your fiancé running off on you, and then
have a great day.
making everyone accuse you of killing her. Like we did.
Yeah.
Of course. Would have been a lot more fun if she turned up dead.
Absolutely. Just a shoe with blood in it somewhere.
Oh, those big eyes poking out. It's like, oh, she must have been choked. No. Why? What do you think? Look at those eyes. Popeye.
And then the cops would follow this guy around forever, making
Of
his
course.
life a living hell. And just imagine all of a sudden she did die while she was away.
Oh, how about that, right? They
Because
find her body somewhere.
Because she's on these buses going, these buses are scary to begin with.
Who knows?
You run into, like, one of these undesirables.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, you are dead in a desert somewhere. And now they point the finger at this guy for the next few years.
He can't go anywhere.
But he's forgiving her, and it's looking like they'll probably get married eventually.
They said it's not canceled. It's postponed, the wedding.
And, of course, then everyone will be applauding him for being that good guy.
How the hell do you go to a wedding like this? Because it's supposed to be some huge gala event.
600 people.
600 guests.
28 people standing for the wedding.
28 bridesmaids and whatever they call those other guys.
Guys.
Groomsmen.
Ushers. Just guys.
Ushers. Ugh. And then you're going to be everyone's going to be sitting in that church watching her walk down the aisle going, this is the bitch that drove everybody crazy, that didn't want to get married. Didn't want to get married so much she ran off. What? Leave. This guy should run for his life. It's over.
Knockers bouncing all over the joint. Boy, ass was wiggling too.
I got a lot of guys listening to XM illegally. Let's go to Canada. Bruce, what's up?
Hey, boys, how are you?
Pretty good, Bruce.
What pissed me off this weekend is seeing how the way CNN covered this story, just trying to make it trying to get into her emotions and everything. I just thought it was really stupid.
Oh, yes, CNN tried to get a new angle on it. What was her emotional state? Why did she leave? Well, we're going to do a whole story on women's anxiety with getting married. Shut up.
Runaway brides in our neighborhood?
Yeah, runaway bride. Oh.
We'll get into that. Always the local tie-in with your local news station.
The local tie-in. Yeah, they had one with the retard movie last night.
I want to ask Bruce one more question. He's from Canada. How jealous are they? They have to live off our news stories.
You never have a real good Canadian story.
You never hear about a really good Canadian story on CNN. They're all watching CNN up there, and they have to listen to how cool the United States is.
They have a few good killings up there every so often.
Very rare.
They had a media blackout in the last major case there, which was the Bernardo case. There was a complete media blackout in Canada, so they got no news.
How does that work? How does a media blackout work when they're right up there?
Nathan.
I think we get everything.
What's up, Nathan from Canada? Another one, yes.
Oh, I'm doing good. You, Opie, and Alfie, and little Jimmy.
Hi, Fan.
Well, thank you. What do you got there, Nathan?
I've been a faithful listener since your free play back in December, and I gotta say, the WOW works. I've been doing it every week, and on Wednesday, I've seen titties.
Hey.
It works.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Fun and
Of course the WOW works. We know that. We've been doing it for 7-8 years now.
Even up there in Canada.
No, thanks, Nathan. We appreciate it. If you want to get a WOW sticker, go to opieandanthony.com and just send a self-addressed stamped envelope off, and we send you out stickers, okay? And it does work.
Love the show.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye.
All right, let's go to Tennessee. Neil, what's up?
Oh, not much, man. I'll be honest. If one of your friends brought you a picture of that broad that ran away from her wedding, would you not look at it and go, that's the bitch that's going to be throwing dead animals on my porch when I break up with her, right or wrong?
Yeah, with those big eyes.
Hey, God, you can just look at it and you're like, oh, God, this is going to go fucking bad. And you ain't even met her yet.
We should play Guess the Mental Illness.
Oh, shit. You know, quit looking at the light. For God's sakes, put on some fucking glasses. My goodness.
She really does have owl eyes.
I love you guys. Been listening to it for 3 weeks, man. Just thinking about listening to regular radio makes me want to fucking dip myself in shit. Good job.
Right on, Neil. Thank you, buddy.
Bye, Neil.
Spread the virus for us, all right? Yeah, I mean, she's got something going on. We all have stress and pressure in our lives, but we're not doing kooky things like that. How tough is her life?
Apparently very tough. Very tough.
They're rich, right?
She had to leave. I don't think you have that kind of wedding and not have a few bucks.
But what was the big problem? Just the wedding?
Maybe that's got to come out. Maybe the guy is a complete asshole. You know?
Nah.
I don't know.
He looks like a do-gooder.
A do-gooder?
He looks like the type of guy that just can't do wrong.
I don't, I got to commend him for getting through the situation like he did and going on the news and talking, because if I was in that situation, I would be so paranoid that they're going to think I killed her. And you in your head know you didn't, because you didn't. But I have this like guilt thing. Sometimes when I walk into an empty store and I have a big jacket on, I walk around with my hands really far away from me so they don't think I'm stealing something. I know I'm not going to steal anything, but I don't. Or if I walk into a store and I didn't buy anything, they don't have what I want, and I leave right away, I kind of linger by the door a little, kind of like, oh, look, I'm comfortable standing here. I'm not trying to flee your store because I don't want them to think, hey, that was suspicious. He kind of left quickly.
I would be the worst under a lie detector.
I'd be horrible.
Because you're bringing up something. I was at Tower Records this weekend. I didn't bring it. I didn't buy anything, but I felt like I was stealing something. I'm leaving the store. I had this weird guilt.
You do. You get this this thing that they're going to think I'm stealing something. If I'm wearing my big jacket and I put my hands in my pockets and I'm in like an aisle in a store, I'm like, oh fuck, they're going to think I just shoved something in my pocket. And I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah.
But I've got it. So if I had to go on the news, I'd be like, yes, we're all very concerned. We hope she returns quickly. Look, I didn't kill the bitch. I swear to God, I didn't kill her. I would just lose it. I'd break. I would be so bad.
Oh, that's
I didn't.
That's really good.
You ever been leaving a store with stuff you paid for and the stuff goes off? You ever had the alarm go off after you paid for your items?
The thing's going off.
I never know what to do. I just point at my white skin and they go, go ahead, son.
Bill from Jersey. What's up, Bill?
Hey, shake it up, guys.
Hello, Bill.
Anthony, you're a tool, you ass. You said last week he so killed her. He's so guilty.
I know.
Yeah, let's pull the tape from last week's show.
There's no need to pull the tape.
Pull the tape.
There's no need to pull the tape. I completely acknowledge the fact that I was
had
wrong.
the open mind in this situation?
You didn't have shit.
I didn't have nothing on that one. You're right.
Oak was all over it. You screwed up again.
Bill, so you were at home going, well, I bet she ran off on the guy.
Absolutely. Why would I feel the guy was lying? Guys don't lie. Come on.
You're lying.
You're
No, I'll admit it. Of course I thought the guy killed her.
Absolutely.
She looked very killable in those photos.
All right, let's go to Georgia. Craig?
Hey, Owen.
What's up?
Jimmy?
Hi, fella.
What's up, Craig?
Hey, man, this whole thing is staged. All they want is a little stage time, little, fame.
A publicity for a wedding?
Yeah, come on, man.
It's not like they're shock jocks. She's a shock jock.
I
was kidnapped. Oh.
No, in his right mind would keep this bitch. I'd slap her, throw a load on her, and leave and get the next pretty one down the road, man. Punch it out.
All right. You know
you got to do. You got to marry her. If you're the guy, you marry her. On your honeymoon, you just grab her by the back of the hair and just plow it in the back door and go, now this is what you get every fucking night. This is what you're going to get.
He's
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I think then you can kill her and no one will think you did it.
He's nuts if he marries her. Simple as that.
That's crazy.
But of course it's going to be the right thing to do, and his family and friends are going to applaud him for his decision, but they don't have to live with this bitch.
No.
Fast forward 5 years when the whole, intense love thing starts fading away, man, this is going to be a cuckoo house.
Oh, boy.
Imagine if they have a kid. She can't handle a wedding.
Yeah, she's going to be one of those that the kid strapped in the minivan driving down the boat ramp.
I was going to say, start running the bathwater.
Bathing her little kids.
Hey, wait a minute. We're moving backwards. Where's Mom going? Say, Mommy. She's running along the shoreline.
Let's go to Todd on Long Island. Todd.
Hey,
you guys you guys got a crazy story out there today, huh?
Which one?
The barbecue guy?
Barbecue in North Amityville.
I didn't even see it. I got
some guys just grilling. Some guys at the backyard barbecue just grilling, and someone walks up to him out of nowhere and just blasts him in the head and runs off.
And Ben's like, did you see this story? This is unbelievable. You guys got to talk about it today. And Anthony and I, because we're from Long Island, we're like, dude, it's North Amityville.
North Amityville?
This is some kind of freaking gang hit or
like,
something.
Nah, dude, it looked like a good neighborhood. I saw a Mercedes.
Right.
The guy that shot the guy probably just stole it.
All right.
You know what? This twat needs to go to jail.
Yeah?
She really does. And even if they don't send her to jail, they need to give her a fucking bill for all the man hours that were wasted.
That's what they did with that college student that said she was abducted, and they found out she was lying. They charged her for the police time. You know, it amounts to a few $100,000.
If they can have a wedding for 600 people, they can afford it.
Yeah, she's not going to do jail time. You watch.
No, it won't be jail time, but they'll probably charge her with something, especially if since they found out she had planned it in advance. It wasn't just on a whim.
All right.
I hope so. All right, boys, I got to go back to work.
Sorry.
And for advanced planning, what a shoddy job. She didn't leave with enough money. That stupid haircut ploy. Saying you're abducted and then cracking after an hour of questioning.
And we now know she's a racist.
Well, she said that she was abducted by a Hispanic gentleman and a white woman, though. She added it in that it was a white woman also. But
she couldn't commit to her racism.
Right. But these were people that she had met in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I guess, a nice woman she is, she's trying to pin the blame on them. But, yeah, I'm surprised she went with Hispanic. Usually the white people go black. They say, some black guy. We've all seen Goodfellas.
Know why you say some
who took that truck outside the diner?
You know why you say some black guy, too? Because it's very hard to describe the person.
Really?
Yeah, Hispanic you could describe a little bit better than a black person.
Really?
So you feel like you're off the hook by just saying, hey, I was kidnapped by a black person. Well, what do you look like? Ah.
Jesus. My God.
Oh, like I'm wrong? Like I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think what you're saying here is that certain people of certain races all look alike. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, if you're going to pick one race that might have a lot of people that look similar, that would be the one.
So
all I'm
Coolio
saying.
looks just like Denzel.
Coolio, yeah.
Christ. You best backpedal or something.
It's just easier. I'm just talking,
I think white people
I'm just talking
do
as
it.
the person that might be in this situation, trying to figure out how do I cover all my bases.
I
That's
think
all I'm
white people accuse black people of crimes when they've done it themselves, because what the media shows blacks in such a negative light as far as crime is concerned that it would be easier for the police to believe that a black person did it.
All right.
Asian would have been the easiest.
Oh, true. See, now if you're going for description.
Oh, you're so right about that.
You know, you
Hey,
say
a
it was
little
an
bowl
Asian.
hairdo and went, that's all I know.
Bill from Arizona, what's up?
All wacky.
Hello.
What's up, Bill?
I just wanted to tell Jimmy that you officially have become my idol over the weekend. Word of mouth pussy, that's the way to go.
American
Thank
Idol.
you. Oh, from
Norton.
sister to sister. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, appreciate it. Punching out.
Hi, fella.
Spanning the country, too. It's amazing. Sisters on opposite sides of the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Jimmy as the common bond.
That's right.
Bonding them together with a certain glue.
That's right. A human toilet they both shared.
I think it's the same chick. I would love to know more about this girl.
Yeah, I would too.
There's something going on there.
I'll
My
find out.
sister did you, or whatever.
Because her, I know I never fooled around with, though. I would have remembered her.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go to Eric in Baltimore. Eric,
Hi, how's it going, guys?
what's up?
You in Baltimore?
I just wanted to say what?
You in Baltimore?
Yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to say now would be the perfect time to kill your wife. The media will never expect you. Oh, she just ran away.
That'll hurt.
A
little bit of a wreck.
All right. We got to go backwards a little bit in the program. Danielle from Boston. Danielle,
Hey guys, how are you?
are you the one that smelled?
No, I'm not the one that smelled. I was sitting diagonally across from her, and she spilled a freaking beer on my lap.
Oh, you're the one that got the beer spilt on her.
Yeah.
And then she was all drunk trying to drink out of the empty glass.
Oh my God, it was so funny. I couldn't smell her, but the guy sitting across from me obviously could, and he was like basically trying to sit on his chick's lap because
Yeah,
it was
he
like,
said he was so...
Oh my God.
He was trying to move over so far, he was sitting on his chick's lap because this girl stunk, just smelled so bad.
Like beer or B.O., are they saying?
He said like
I
B.O.
think maybe B.O., yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I love little Jimmy. I am so hot for him. He took his picture with me.
Did I?
I was freaking out. I wanted to stand there and, like, totally not leave, but Club Soda Kenny was, like, screaming at people to keep moving.
Move on, people.
Yeah, it was so funny. I'm like, oh, my God, you cannot mistake that voice.
Well,
You have a limited time to spend with the legend.
Take your money out and go. He just abuses people. And boy, does it work. So wait, what do you look like, miss?
And Jimmy's...
My picture's on Whackbag. Of course, I'm a tool, and death of a photo op. I had my freaking eyes shut in the picture, but...
Are you a pretty gal?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm not ugly. I had short, like, brownish black hair. I had a black tank top on that only had one shoulder.
I think I saw her picture last night when I was trolling through
Yeah,
the pictures.
I posted it with the pictures of the drunk chick.
Well, don't email it to me at yellowtreats@AOL.com. It's not about this. This is about the radio show.
I have tried to email you, and you never write back.
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
There's a picture of the drunk girl, too, by the way, on there, if you keep
my
going.
God.
Hey, Jimmy, why wouldn't you write her back?
He probably doesn't know I'm a girl.
Jimmy brags how he writes all girls back. That's kind of strange.
I am so his biggest fan. There is no...
All right, wait, go to the next one. Right there. No, hold on. Go back. See that chick that's on the far right with her head falling down?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
the drunk chick that was stinky.
All right.
So funny.
She's passing out at the table.
She was like falling asleep. She didn't seem too enamored with little Jimmy either. I kind of
Oh, there she is, Jimmy.
Is that you wearing some kind of sleeveless number?
Yeah, with her eyes closed, and you got
that's me.
you got your key hanging from your belt.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
very
that's
cute.
so I can make sure I get my car on the way out.
You're very cute. I'm surprised I didn't write you back.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you should have wrote her back, Jimmy.
Well, why don't you give me an email? I'll apologize. I won't hit on you. I promise you.
Jimmy,
I don't care if you hit
Kind
on
of
me.
dresses
That
like
doesn't bother
Lindy
me at all.
England, but
It's a great picture of little Jimmy.
And what's this picture of this guy picking his nose?
that's the guy that was with the
yeah.
stinky chick.
Oh my God, he's picking his
He's
nose.
picking a winner. That isn't a scratch.
And Jimmy's in the background doing his act, and this guy's just digging deep with his.
Yeah,
he went
was so
thumb.
funny.
Thumb and forefinger.
How many people go thumb when they're going after their nose?
Only when you got a better nail on the thumb and you got to scrape the top wall.
up.
No, I'm just
Stop
saying.
it.
'Cause I prefer the pointer finger because you can get it deeper into the canal. But when you got the thumb, sometimes the nail of the thumb scrapes against the top inside wall.
It's a good way to scrape up all that dry snot. Yeah.
No.
It's kind of like in the winter when you have to scrape your windshield. You want to get all that out of there.
Looks like a nice bloody frosted mini wheat.
Yeah, God.
Pull out a nice chewy scab.
Stop it.
I figured I was scared to post that because I knew it would gross Anthony out.
You ever have the dry,
Really
wet?
his nose.
So you have the dry part of the snot where you can hold it, and then
Yep.
the rest is like a bungee cord, like
Absolutely.
wah.
Absolutely.
Use a fucking tissue, you disgusting animals.
God gave me a tissue. It's called this finger.
All right,
You
Danielle.
got to make the
Thank you so
tissue
much,
into
Jimmy.
a
I
reamer.
love you.
Bye,
And
sweetie.
get up there and spin it around a
I'm
few
gonna
times,
send you an
and then it
email.
winds
Okay.
it up.
No, I never
like
do
a
that.
cotton candy. Like, yeah, it
That
just
would tickle
winds
my
it.
nose.
No, you got to make something. Like you make a paper a tissue paper finger. You kind of mold it, and then you shove that up because it's more absorbent than your finger, and anything up there tends to stick to the tissue. And then when you twist it around, it wraps around and just pulls everything out.
I do make something, a sandwich.
God damn it.
I absolutely, no. I'll use tissue, but I don't just jam it up and twist it.
All right, let's go to Pete in New York. Pete, what's up?
You don't like boogers?
Pete.
Pete?
Right.
Well, what did I do here? Let's try
Opie.
this. Pete.
Hey, the boogers are delicious, so salty, just like a salty treat you don't expect. Hey, Angel Eyes, how are you?
Good. You just made Eric take his headphones off.
Two things. First, I have a statement and then a question. The statement is I just wanted to thank you guys for the ass baby wipes. My ass has never been cleaner. So fantastic.
Another satisfied customer.
Yeah.
Just because of you guys, I went to the store and bought them, and I'm so happy.
See, I wanted to buy those things a long time ago, but I thought they said baby wipes on
Nope.
them.
No.
And I didn't want them
They say,
just laying in my freaking bathroom. And then
You don't want to smell like a baby.
But then, but you turned us on to the fact that
Yes.
they changed the name. They got the word baby off them, so
Yep.
you could have these hanging out in your bathroom.
Now they're just wipes.
They're just wipes. I'm going through my
Oh,
my stash
your
really
stash?
fast.
You
It's a
got to
little
stock up. You know what you
it's a
got to
little-
do? Let me tell you
hold on,
what. Let me tell you what you must do. This is a must do. You have to always, Opie, have another box in your cabinet. And the second you pull it out, get another one to replace it. Because if you find you ran out, now that you're using them and have them, if you run out and don't get to use it, you'll be in hell.
Yes.
You will not feel clean and fresh like you do now.
Very nice.
It's a nice little unmarked box on the toilet, so no one knows. You pull off the wrap, and it sits there like a little
Now
white
it's
box.
just a plain white box,
Yep,
right?
Nothing on it at all, so no one knows what it is. If they open it up, it looks like little wet naps. Yeah, clean my hands. You brush it off. You don't worry
There
about
you
it.
go. But we all know what it contains. We all know the secret when the door closes.
Let me tell you something. Kenny was actually the one that turned me on to it first, Club Soda Kenny.
Really?
But I
Kenny?
thought he was just a kook.
It's
Just a kook, and then when someone like Anthony tells you the same
Who
thing,
you know is a kook.
then you really got to listen and
Yes.
go out to the store and get them.
That's because Kenny has the lower intestines of a goose with Parkinson's. He can't stop taking dumps.
Well, all he eats is steak. That guy eats steak and potatoes. That's it.
He's a mess.
Yeah, go ahead.
One question for you. When are you guys going to go ahead and confirm that Ron and Fez signed with you guys?
All right.
Oh, I remember Ron and Fez.
Yes, hey Fez.
For those guys, they're really funny.
We got some great Ron and Fez audio. We should play that today.
We really should. I feel bad about it because it's kind of Like, I know the guy. Feel bad.
What guy?
Fez. It's Fez losing his mind.
Why?
Well, it seems it was, I guess, his birthday.
Ooh.
And he was drinking a bit on the air. And he was very emotional over the past couple of months of the private things that were going on in his life, personal things.
Okay.
And he pretty much had a nervous breakdown. He lost his mind, crying hysterically on the air.
Live on the show, yeah.
Live on the show.
Because I guess it was his birthday, like you were saying, so they had him drinking as much as he could.
Yeah, they had him drinking.
And they thought it would be a fun little thing, and all of a sudden, they hit a soft spot somewhere, and he just broke down.
Because he had recently
started
lost
opening up.
his grandmother, and his grandmother was in the hospital for a long time, and he was visiting, so he was pretty emotional about that whole thing. And something happened where that came to the surface, and he just lost his mind. And Ronnie's just, I know there, buddy. I know, pal. I hear you, pal. I know, buddy. That's all he could say, because Fez is just, and I went through all this in my life, and I don't know. He's just losing his mind.
Wow.
So it's very compelling, kind of funny, and a little sad.
We really like these guys a lot. There's not many people we like in the business, but Ron and Fez we like a lot.
Well, there's no one else. I can't think of one other person I like in this
Scott Farrell.
business.
Yeah,
Farrell.
I like Brother Weeze, obviously.
I don't know any other people.
I like that shred guy in Buffalo.
Yeah?
We like Alice and Sarah and No Name in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah, they were cool.
Very cool.
Pugs and Kelly, all right.
Pugs and Kelly, great, yeah. Don Imus?
Imus I like a lot. Sean Hannity. There's a few.
Mad Max?
Who's he?
I don't know. We listened to him the other day.
Oh, he was nuts.
Oh, that guy?
Show. I don't know.
That bit could have worked. I'm
Yeah.
not giving up on that
Not
bit.
giving up on it.
I'm not giving up on that
The
bit.
first one was a scream.
I'm not giving up on it. There's something there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we don't go and do the bit for 40 minutes, but every once in a while, if a listener is listening to something really wacky locally, they could call in and let us listen in.
When a game is going on,
Something.
one of their fun things, not just them babbling.
Instead of just dedicating an hour of the show and going, okay, let's make radio gold here.
Ooh, I like it.
Maybe the listeners have to take it upon themselves, and when they hear some really wacky, awful local radio, they call in with, oh, you got to hear this.
You wouldn't do an hour straight of Guess What's in My Pants.
No.
But every so often when it just pops in, it's fun.
Yeah, so
I got you.
So I hope you guys are hearing us out there. That's where you get to take the bit and run with it.
Yeah, but now we're depending on the listener to decide what's entertaining. Because now you're just going to get a bunch of people calling up, yeah, I got this, oh, they're in commercial, oh, they're doing this, they're not talking to you.
I just don't want to give up on that bit, though. There's something there. So we'll see. We'll see if the listeners can bring that bit back and make it as big as I think we can make it, okay? Ron and Fez, so we got some. You want to play this audio? We got a few more minutes here before we have to take a break, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm just sorry. I was
What
reading
happened?
an instant feedback. And I thought I was the only one who did the toilet paper twist. For some reason, my mouth moves in weird ways while I'm twisting sometimes. I never eat it or anything. Gross. I just noticed that this happens. Yeah, when you're twisting in your nose, you get some kind of weird thing happens. Your mouth kind of moves around a little bit. It's all connected in there. Yeah.
All right. Why is it that I'm a weirdo for wrapping toilet paper around my finger to make myself
well, because it's not your nostril.
Yeah,
it's,
no,
it's
dude.
your ass.
No.
But why not just blow your nose?
Oh, I do. I blow my nose, but sometimes there's just something hanging on there. It's very sticky
Jimmy,
sometimes.
no offense. I've never heard anyone else doing what you do.
I know, it's odd, but
you
I
don't violate your ass with your own finger and toilet paper.
For the new listeners, he wraps a bunch of toilet paper around his one finger, his index finger, and he shoves it up.
Up there. How far? Knuckle? Two
you
knuckles?
guys make it seem like I'm running and jamming it. I just gently. No, not just enough to make
How
sure it's
high?
clean. I don't know.
How
maybe
deep do
one
you
or
go?
two knuckles.
Up to the watch.
How far do you go?
One or two.
One, dude, not two. One.
One?
I think one's even weird though, man. One is like
looking at tattooed girls out there. One is a little weird.
I think it's a little weird, bro.
It is. You should just
weird.
The surface is fine. You could get a good cleanup going, but you don't have to go up in there.
1 foot on the seat, one on the floor, bent forward.
Like we were discussing last week, as long as the door is closed, you don't need to know what's behind that door.
He's got a whole stance and everything.
Yeah.
1 foot. Wait a minute.
I'm like a Heisman Trophy on the toilet.
You get up off the toilet,
I stand.
You stand up.
Yeah.
Now you put.
Hold on, you can't stand. That messes up
It
everything back there.
It mushes them back together.
No, because I stand.
It's kind of like the. Hold on. I got a quick thing.
All right.
It reminds me of painting as a kid, and you have paint on one side, and then they make you fold the
like
paper.
an ink block.
Yeah, and then you open it up. It's like, wow, now that paint's over there.
You're doing a Rorschach test between your butt cheeks.
How did you know that was called a Rorschach test?
You don't know that?
No one knows that. Rorschach didn't know they named it after him until he just heard you say it.
I'm sorry.
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
It's funny. I was talking to Doug online last night, and he wrote something, and he even wrote slurp in parentheses. It really made me laugh. What I do is I stand up.
Now, do you face the toilet? You turn and face it and put one foot up on it?
That really depends on what the way. I mean, you kind of have to kind of face the back.
Yeah,
a
okay.
Bit. I mean, I don't get back by the septic tank like I'm Washington on the front of the boat. Put one foot up and look forward. Yeah, throw a nickel across the bathroom.
He has a toilet stool. We've discussed that.
We've heard about his toilet stool. In order to get a good dump, Jimmy has a little footstool that he puts his feet up on.
To help the cleanup, right?
No.
While his feet are elevated, it's easier for him to
It's
dump.
better for your intestines. It's a healthier position to be in, and
it takes your feet off the floor about 6 to 8 inches. I think.
It just makes your insides bend up a bit. It's actually just
so he's sitting there like he's in a mercury capsule.
Sometimes I'll put my hand on my chin and the other on my knee, and I look like the thinker. But I get off the bowl. I put my left foot on the floor. My right foot on the seat.
Oh, my God.
I lean forward. I reach back. And
oh, my God.
And the kid gets to work.
You know, that's the same stance, the same pose that's on the tampon boxes for girls to insert the tampon.
There you go.
Yeah. They put a leg up and then pop it in there. So you're using that stance, only you bend over.
I'm a trainable.
You are a trainable. Wow. And how long have you done this?
My whole life.
Your whole entire life.
Yeah.
From the first time you remember wiping, you've stood up to wipe.
That was the worst part about being in Iraq, was that we were in Baghdad. We had those weird, the bathrooms, or the toilets. They don't want you comfortable on the toilet. So when you sit down, there's a big piece of, like, you're in a teeny stall by yourself, and there's a black leather curtain hanging in front of you.
Oh, boy, this is trouble for you.
And your knees hit the leather curtain, so they'll poke out.
Yeah.
They just want you on and off the bowl. So what happens is when I stood up to wipe, I was actually pushing the leather curtain forward, so I was kind of leaning out.
With your ass?
No, with my head, because my foot was on the bowl.
All
so
right.
I kind of looked like I was looking at people. It was really creepy.
Ooh, that is creepy.
Did you see my little head poking out?
As you're wiping yourself?
Yeah,
As
vigorously.
you're reaming with one finger?
Yeah.
All right. Listen to this guy, man. Eric, Staten Island. Eric, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
I just want to let you know about my habit. I'm sure Anthony does the same thing, but if you're in like a public bathroom, first thing you do is you got to build the nest with the toilet paper around the seat.
Yeah.
And my biggest problem is when you take the shit and it splashes down, you get the water on your ass. So you put up a splash guard. You lay down maybe 4 squares of toilet paper in the water, so when the shit hits the water, you don't get that water in your ass.
Like a target area.
Exactly.
So it cushions the blow, and you don't get the splashback. Sir, you are a genius. I have been trying to figure out how to keep public toilet water from hitting you there.
And that's all you got to do is maybe 4 squares. Right there,
4
like
squares? No, dude. Let me tell you, I'm going to use a bunch. 4 doesn't seem like enough.
I have an idea, sir.
I'm just going to put a mountain in there so it just cushions the blow.
Why don't you drink more water so your dumps don't fall out like little fiber bricks and splash into the toilet?
No, sometimes, if it's falling from altitude, you will get that splashback. You don't need splashback.
Oh, it's classic.
That's brilliant, sir.
All right, Eric.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
Speaking of which, we did that signing at the Hilton.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have pictures of that? Did we get them up? The pictures up online?
That stall was a crime scene.
That was so freaking funny. Anthony and I had to take leaks or whatever. Actually, I had to take a dump. No, you had to take a dump too.
I decided after all was said and done, we were ready to walk out. I had some grumbling going on, so I decided to turn back around and go, I'm going to stay in here a little longer. A little percolating.
Well, they had this one stall, and it just had a note on it that basically said, temporarily out of order.
Yeah.
When you see a sign like that, you got to open up the door to see.
You got to see what's out of order.
What's the problem?
Perhaps someone broke the tank in the back. Right. Perhaps there's a leaky pipe.
And I'm thinking,
and it looked fine.
And I'm thinking, how bad could this be?
It's the nice, roomy handicap stall, so it really has to be out of order for me not to use it.
Because they had the electronics convention going on, and all the stalls were packed. The urinal. I mean, it was a full house. So I'm thinking, how bad can it be? So I open up the door, and then I open up the lid and start screaming.
Oh, it was awful. It was really, really bad. The toilet didn't flush.
No.
And somebody had really had a go at it.
That's what I want to talk about. It wasn't somebody.
Yeah, what was it, an animal?
It was a whole bunch of people.
How could one person look in there and then see it full and go?
You've never dumped on someone else's dump because you were desperate?
Never in my life would I ever even consider that.
I said if you're desperate.
If I'm desperate, no.
Porta-John?
No, well, Porta-John, that's different.
You think this guy's ever used a Porta-John to take a dump?
Dude, I was a construction worker. Of course I did. Of course I did.
Forget about your old life.
My old life.
It's all about your new Howard Hughes type life.
I use those, but the portable ones, there's quite a distance between you and the soiled mess that's below you. You're not getting a splash pack. If you get a splash pack in a toilet with a log in it, and a log that's been sitting there a while,
I know.
God knows what's crawling up there.
There was so much going on in that toilet, there's no splash pack.
I think it was one guy that really had a go at it. Really had a problem.
Oh. But we have pictures of that.
Oh.
Ricky took them. We made him take the pictures.
That's hilarious.
It's like a brownie truck ran through the wall of the pudding factory.
Dude.
And just made... It was a mess.
It was, but, Punk just did an episode on this over the weekend. I saw it like 3 or 4 times because, God, they just run the shows into the ground all weekend long, over and over and over again.
You're talking about the Opie and Anthony program.
Well.
Oh.
And they did the same thing because they were basically saying when you see something like this, you want to show your friends.
Yeah.
You have to show your friends, like, oh, my God, look, installed. Even you looked.
It is a funny little treat.
Yeah. Even you looked, Anthony.
Of course I did.
I was very surprised. And they did something with Salma Hayek and Penelope Cruz, pretty much accusing, I think, Salma Hayek of leaving a huge duty.
A big dump?
In one of the stalls. It was a pretty good punk, actually.
Pretty good.
All right, where were we? Oh, the Ron and Fez audio.
Oh, right.
So these guys are good pals of ours, and, Fez begins to crack. There's 3 short clips here. But basically, Fez starts losing it live on the air.
Loses his mind.
It's like his birthday show, and they're getting him
drunk.
And all of a sudden, he's thinking about all the stuff that's wrong in his life.
He's a very emotional man, too.
All right, here we go.
And Mikey, I swear to you in heaven, you never cut me slack once during this month. That is...
Who's Mikey? Who's Mikey?
Mike D. He's one of their guys.
Oh.
Mikey D. Remember Mikey D? Mikey D. Remember the guy with the curly hair?
All right, so why is he yelling at Mike?
Why is he crying and yelling at Mike?
Yeah, we have to set this up for the new listeners. I'm a little confused, so they got to be confused. I guess he's had a tough month.
Yeah, he had a tough month with his grandmother and stuff.
His grandma, died or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you know the story?
A little bit.
Yeah, we got to set it up for the new listeners because there's a lot of people that just don't even know who Ron and Fez are, and we got to give them a nice push here.
Basically, Mikey D was a little upset that Fez did not acknowledge his birthday. So he calls to say, you guys forgot my birthday. Meanwhile, Fez is having a tough time. He's had problems with his family and stuff, so he's very stressed out.
Oh, wasn't Fez's birthday?
Well, it was Fez's birthday, and Mikey D called Fez up to wish him a happy birthday, but then threw in the fact that Fez didn't wish him a happy birthday, which happened a couple of weeks prior.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go back to the tape.
And Mikey, I swear to you in heaven, you never cut me slack once during this month. That has probably been the worst month of my life. You never cut me slack once.
Okay, Fez, why don't we do this? Because a lot of this, I know you've had a lot of stress.
And this has been the worst month of my life.
I know, buddy.
And somehow, through some irony of God, through some joke that he finds funny, that the Supreme Being finds funny, my birthday ends up at the end of this month that I have had the most brutal time of. I'm I'm supposed to sit here and take, and drink and have a great time and, act like nothing's happened whatsoever.
I know, buddy. Here's what...
I have been brutalized through this month, and you never, ever got me 1 ounce of slack. Not once did you ever say, hey, I'm here for you. It was always, hey, I'm here for me.
Okay. Also, Fezzy.
And this was... Go ahead, Ronnie.
I just want you to know that no matter what, a lot of this is because you're drinking and you have had a hard month. And I just want you to...
It's been the most brutal month of my life.
I know it has, buddy. And
no one knows what I've been through.
I know, pal.
You can act like a man. What's the matter with you?
Wow. Man.
Don't you do it! Don't you! I got nowhere else to go! I got nowhere else to go!
Crying and yelling at Mike. You sure that wasn't Don? I backed over the little fella.
This is the worst month of my life. Little Rudy was in the driveway.
Wow, that is one emotional man.
Yeah.
He had lost his mind.
Yeah, he's just having a breakdown live on the show.
And Ronnie's just, yeah, I know that, pal.
We got
all right, let's do this.
We got 2 more short clips.
Ooh.
It continues.
It's been absolutely insane. I had to sit there and watch and get a call every day that my grandmother was passing away.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what, Fezzy?
She held... No, you let me talk.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She held on through every day this month. And I had to deal with it every day.
Hello,
every day I got a call saying this was the last day. Ronnie, you know that.
I know that, man.
Oh, my God, this is really tough to listen to.
A family member dies, and you insult me. What the hell is the matter with you anyway?
Okay, terrific.
Wow. We have one more clip, Anthony.
Wow.
Very uncomfortable radio to listen to.
Fez, you're on Ron and Fez. Hey, Fez.
Our pals Ron and Fez.
Love them.
Just so everyone knows, I'm the first one in my family to move away.
Right.
Everyone else in my family is there in Pinellas Park, Florida. Everyone else was there with my grandmother when it was time to happen. My father retired tonight after all his years of work, and I couldn't be there. You know?
Right.
And it's not easy to be the one that's not there. And for someone else to come along and just accuse me of forgetting his birthday, of someone else to accuse me of, like, being selfish with my feelings, it's absolutely more than I can take, because there's nothing more in the world. When my grandmother got buried on Monday. I stayed there. I flew back to Washington, D.C. on Tuesday. You know, here's the thing. My grandmother, almost 90 years old. That's cool. I said goodbye to her. You know, we settled things. But I had to leave my family.
I know.
When they were at their absolute weakest. They had already lost someone, and then I had to look them in the eye and say, well, I'm off to D.C. Okay.
Right. Well,
all of that is on my conscience.
I know, buddy.
And for someone to say, for someone to make me feel guilty about what's going on my birthday. When, trust me, is this the place I want to be? Is this the place I should be? Probably not. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting.
Stop whining. Stop it. Stop whining.
You had a tough day, Anthony.
Wow, man.
Fez sounds upset.
That is...
Then we got... go ahead.
Unbelievably emotional.
And Mike was probably just busting balls. Hey, you forgot my birthday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think Fez was, pretty drunk, too.
Yeah, of course.
I really,
He was
I've
hammered.
heard the guy is a professional. Many years spent on the air. I couldn't see him just, doing this unless he'd been really liquored up. From what I remember, didn't take much for old Fezzy to get drunk either. A couple of drinks, he's pretty much pretty hammered.
Well, one of these days we'll get to the bottom of the whole story.
Yeah.
I'm sure. And then I guess we got audio of Ron, losing it. Because I guess, Fezzy wasn't around because he had to go to the funeral and things like that. He was flying back and forth.
No, actually, he was in studio. He was just being very quiet for some odd reason that day.
Yeah. All right, so Fezzy was being quiet because he went through all this personal shit.
Which happened first, this Ron or the Fez, do you know?
I think the Fez clip was first.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, Fezzy's quiet maybe a day later, a couple days later, whatever. And the PD comments that Fezzy's being quiet.
Is he there? Or? Yeah, he's calling it in. He's not pulling his weight, stuff like that.
Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
These program directors, they're
just a bunch of
the
scumbags.
worst.
Useless pieces of meat.
All you programmers out there, you're just failed radio hosts. So you couldn't do it yourself, so now you're going to, get a whip and tell everyone else how it's done?
Yeah.
Please. So the clip is the audio isn't the best, but Ronnie just loses it and sticks up for his friend Fezzy here.
What's up, dude?
All good.
What's happening? Who is it?
It's Cameron.
What's he want?
You want to know if Fez was on the show tonight?
Hey, we wanted to know if we have an effing program director, because we've never seen you this entire year. What an ass.
So the program director has to pipe in and ask if Fezzy's on the show tonight.
Yeah.
Because he's not talking much.
Right.
So Ronnie finally just has it. Or had it, I mean. What's up, Ben? You know a little bit about this?
No.
Oh, you're just, okay, all right.
It happens.
So as far as we're concerned, we've never had a program director here. So why don't you check on that? Because when I talked to New York and I brought your name up, they said he's just the secretary.
The program director we have here is the guy who watches the paint dry.
Ringing a show in the middle of it. Like you know radio. Like you've ever worked in radio other than watching G. Gordon Liddy read a paper for 3 hours a day. Jesus. You wonder why. So, Fez, what do you want to talk about? I guess you've been dogging it tonight? You're laid back?
I guess so. I apologize then. Sorry about that.
Why didn't you call in when his grandmother died and he's flying back and forth doing shows here? He doesn't get a call then. He never got a call to say thank you from him.
That was from no one. Maybe there's some more O'Reilly emails that have to be answered.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Turn your radio off. Just turn it off. You're not the program director here. You've never been one. And stop calling Brian at 9 o'clock in the morning. He works nights. And every morning he goes, guess what time I got a call today? The guy works nights. He doesn't get out of here till 12 o'clock. He's up for a couple hours. Call him afternoon. You've got nothing to say other than do the AOL plug. That's the secretary's job, by the way. It's not a program director. Just like when I said, have someone train Brian. No one did. Why? Because no one here knows how to do it. You don't know how to do it. Or do you want more out of Fez? You want him to sit around and talk about how difficult it's been for him the last month or so. No, forget that. How difficult it's been for him the last 2 years. But he keeps giving to this place. How difficult it's been for him for 2 effing years. Call him there and ask him there. Or apologize to this man. But don't ever call here and ask if he's dogging it, because nobody gives more than Fez Whatley. Anywhere I've ever worked, nobody gives more than Fez Whatley. Call here again, and I'll rip that damn phone out of the wall. I'm not playing games with you. I'm not effing playing games. I'll chase you down the damn street with it. Don't make me sit here and tell what we really want to do, Cameron, because my agent tells me to stay cool until he gets here. That's all you've got going for you right now. Because if you want to see Your Mom's Box Show, I'll do it tonight, bitch. I'll do it tonight. And I'll say exactly what takes place in these effing halls.
Oh, bravo, bravo, Ronnie. Nice.
I gotta say, it's not good policy to talk to your boss like that. Ron better straighten up and fly right.
Don't talk to your program director like that.
Just like us, he doesn't have a boss. Stop. They throw these guys at you, and you know, you got to make believe they're your bosses. That's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you're my boss. Wink, wink.
And you reach a point in your career where you actually know that you don't have the boss, and he knows it, and you just do what you do.
Exactly.
That's it. Wow. That show is very emotional.
Well, they're still working for our old company, you know?
Yeah, see what it's like to work for a regular radio station?
See the difference? I mean, believe it or not, overall, we're all happy in this room, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We have our moments, but, you know, they're just miserable. And they want out, and they will get out. And then we'll see what happens from there.
I hear they're asking for clips of you two last week.
Yeah.
No one breathes down our neck here at all. Nobody. No, there's no, like, hey, you got to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know better.
Yeah, our major gripe had been in the past that that not enough people were involved with the show, and that we needed more assistance with things like equipment and promotions and stuff like that. But, yeah, we've had nothing as far as people breathing down our neck saying we have to do this, that, or the other thing. We come in here, we stroll in on a daily basis, do our show.
Yeah.
Leave.
Do we have time to do one more thing?
What we got?
Well, I mean, we're playing audio from other radio shows. I got some audio of Brother Weezer show I want to share with people.
All right.
This is pretty intense stuff, though. And then we'll move on to other things. We got Andy Gore outside the studio. He's going to take back the Pickled Punk.
Thank God.
Thank God is right. And he's got two fine young ladies with him.
Lovely gals.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. It was once alive.
That's a new one? It's a bigger one. Oh, my God. He's brought some stuff for us to check out.
It's a pickled teenager.
Anthony gets queasy with this stuff, but no, I mean with the Brother Weeze thing and stuff. I know you support him, but my mentor in the business, he's fighting cancer, some rare nasal fucking cancer that he probably got when he was doing his tours in Vietnam. Because it's the type of cancer they find in, like, pretty much Asian countries. That's about it.
Agent Orange, they think.
Yeah, but he has it way, way back in his nasal passages, and they couldn't operate, so they had to blast radiation on the guy's face. 33 treatments. 33 treatments right to the face. And they had to...
like Jimmy with the girl in Boston. Gave her 33 treatments to the face.
Bet you that urine could do a job on freaking tumors if he could get to it. And so basically he left his family, you know, in Rochester, two young kids, and he's got two older kids, and him and his wife came down here to get the treatment at Sloan Kettering. I was... visiting him pretty much every other day, man. You know, doing the show and just going there and showing my support for him because the guy has done nothing but great stuff for my career over the years. And they had this, like, mask that they had to, like, you know, pin him down so he doesn't move. And they had tattoos all over his face so the radiation knows which areas to hit. And I watched the guy slowly but surely just deteriorate day after day. You know, the first few times I visited him is like, oh wow, this is a piece of cake. Look, you had 3 radiation treatments. Look how good you're doing. Then a week goes by and you see him dropping down, losing the weight, brutal sunburn all over his face and his neck. Anyway, he was really, really struggling because it got to a point, you know, he couldn't really swallow anymore, and all sorts of, like, dry sores on his tongue. Just brutal stuff happening to the guy. Brutal.
Ugh.
Absolutely.
You can't drink water or something? There's nothing they can do?
Well, he chose not to get a feeding tube, which I guess really helps you out because he's like, screw that, you know, I want to try to, you know, live, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So So, he was still trying to eat. Everything was blended down, and just to get water in him or any kind of, nourishment was just like, swallowing razor blades is how he describes it, because everything is just beyond dry. So, I don't know. The weird thing is he was still doing his radio show as much as he could. At first he was doing all 4 hours, then he was doing, what he calls a set. Like he was doing, a 40-minute set, and that was it for the day. Just an update, because in Rochester he's a rock star. I mean, the whole freaking city has gotten behind the guy. And so I got 2 clips really fast. They're really short. I guess he was talking about how hard, the whole treatment has been, and some people saying, why don't you just quit, man, Why don't you just quit and, try another way, because obviously this is not working, blah, blah, blah. And his young son, who's only like 5 or 6 years old, calls into the show. So listen to this.
Oh, boy.
You could take a break,
Oh, Jesus.
This is real-life stuff, and then we'll get back to the funny.
Wheeze, before we take a break, there's a special call for you. This is a very, very special call. Seriously.
All right, here we go.
Sammy. Your son Sammy wants to talk to Daddy.
Sammy.
Oh.
Sammy. You're going to make Mommy cry, Sammy.
Start crying.
Sammy, that you? I love you, honey.
I love you too, Daddy.
We'll be home soon, honey. Be a good boy at school today.
There's no school.
Don't go to school today.
We're going to go egg Mary Flood's house. Uncle Tommy's going to take you over with a whole fistful of eggs. Get it, Sammy.
Love you, Sammy.
Do it, Daddy.
What, honey?
You can do it, Daddy.
Thank you, honey. I can do it. Bye, honey.
You got to do it now, Weezy.
Hey, now there's inspiration. Weezy.
Oh, boy.
Now you got to go. Come on. There's inspiration.
That was cute.
See, the setup on that is, he was basically, telling everyone how tough it is. And some lady, this Mary Flood or something, called him and said, why don't you just quit and try, like, the natural approach, whatever the freaking
Holistic medicine?
Yeah, holistic medicine or something.
Voodoo?
I'm basically saying this isn't for you. Why don't you try something different? And so, the son calls to say, don't quit, Daddy.
Pat from Moonachie saying Bob Kelly is inconsolable right now.
Yeah, the last half hour of this show. That's really funny, actually.
Just sitting there blubbering without a shirt.
So I got another clip. It's fast. This Mary Flood calling in the program basically to tell Weeze to quit and try the holistic approach, and Weeze's feisty wife gets involved, and they go at it here. It's pretty good, pretty interesting radio.
Hey, Mary Flood's on the phone.
Oh, no.
All right.
Put her on.
All right, but if she...
Says wants to talk to Doreen. I'm asked.
Yeah.
Mary?
Doreen's mad at you, honey.
Yeah, Mary, I'm not happy right now with the email from the other day.
From last night?
Yeah, I told you not to do that. I don't want someone trying to encourage him to quit.
Yeah, this bit's just trying to, get him to quit.
She wants him to quit his chemo or his radiation?
His radiation, and try the holistic thing.
Yeah, well, holistic is nice if you have, a sore throat. But when you're going for cancer, you got to skip the holistic and go to Western medicine.
Pretty much go with what's been proven to work the best.
Kind of doubled the life expectancy in Western medicine in the last couple hundred years.
Who was the actor that decided to get this?
Michael Landon.
Michael Landon
decided to get the coffee enemas.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Instead of getting, the real treatment. And then there was another actor.
Andy Kaufman tried it, but that was after everything else failed.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he went to the kook...
in the Philippines, I think, right?
In the Philippines or whatever. Where they were taking out... remember, they were taking out fake tumors?
Yeah.
That old gay?
I noticed it.
All right. My only suggestion is, Weeze always says that go with your gut feeling.
Mary, are you willing to risk my husband's life? I'll come after you. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm absolutely
No,
not
seriously,
trying to-
Mary, I'm serious now. I asked you this on the phone one day to not do this, and then you sent him an email, and it took all my strength not to call you last night. I love you, and you're a great person, and I think you, in your heart, you think you mean well. But if if you think trying to encourage my husband to stop radiation treatment, I'm not willing to risk his life. Maybe you are, but I'm not.
But what happens, hey, Doreen, what happens if I pull that guy?
Oh, my God, I can't even believe this is happening. I'm
What happened to a
going
guy?
to lose my mind. I'm not a sane person, so really, somebody better do something.
She finally admitted it. Tommy. Admitted it on the radio.
My heart is beating like crazy right now.
Doreen.
All right, Weeze, I'll go. It's
Mary, really? I'm serious. I'm out of my mind.
You sound like a nut.
I am.
Call them to 911. Doreen.
What?
Right.
I'm over here.
Where's here? Come over here. Where the hell are you?
She's behind the couch.
You can't even see her.
Where are you?
I'm over here.
Over here.
Marco.
Behind you.
You're behind me? Get over here.
You guys.
Get over here. Come on.
Everything's all right,
She'll be
Doreen.
free.
He's
Yeah.
not going to quit.
Oh, you don't understand. It's not easy.
I know we
I've
don't.
never made-
We don't.
You don't understand, and it doesn't sound easy.
Meanwhile, Doreen ain't eating.
By the way, she's got to start eating.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. There is great food everywhere. And she
know.
thinks that it's going to bother me. I go, hey, bother me, eat.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I might get a kick out of seeing you eat something.
It's part of the taking care of Wheeze. You got to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, you don't eat nothing.
I know, she's down to nothing.
I eat.
What do you eat?
Come on,
I
Thong's
eat
probably
ice
begging
Ice
you.
cream. She had some ice cream last night. What happened?
But she sounds like the Michael Jackson character in the tapes when she started crying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're animal.
I don't.
It's true, though.
All of a sudden I heard the. I'm sorry, Doreen. I'm sorry.
So there you have a little taste. But he's been doing his radio show through the whole damn thing.
How awful is Mary? Just what a nudge, calling up and minding everybody else's beeswax.
Not even calling. What happened was she got Weeze's personal email and started sending him email about maybe you should just quit and go holistic and this and that, because he's been open about his treatment and just telling everyone how awful it is. So this person, not knowing anything really, in my opinion, is like, oh, obviously you should just quit. And that's not, when you're trying to support someone with cancer, that's the worst thing you could do.
You could do a holistic in addition, or maybe when you're done.
Well, he was doing that.
You don't replace it.
He was doing some acupuncture and some yoga and all sorts of things, But there you have it, just a little taste. But I helped Weeze move Saturday, so he finished his radiation treatments, 33 of them to the face, blast, looking pretty bad on Saturday. But we packed him in an RV. And he got back to Rochester to his house and his family and stuff, and now I guess the treatment's going to be bad for another 2 weeks because it continues to cook inside you, all the radiation. You don't just get your last blast of radiation and then that's it. You start getting hopefully better. It still has to cook in there for another 2 weeks, so he's got another 2 weeks where it's going to get worse even, which I can't even imagine. And then at that point, hopefully if everything goes all right, he'll get better slowly but surely every day. So. I've gotten a lot of email on this, so there's your update. His treatments in New York City are done, and we're hoping for the best. He's going to get an MRI in I guess June to see what's going on in there as far as the tumor goes. Just brutal though. But man, I mean the guy. I'm not going to complain that much. You're not going to see me complaining about stupid shit because I saw a lot of crazy things in the last 2 months while he was in town. So we wish him the best. There's a link on opieandanthony.com. Yes.
Yeah, so I was just going to point out, if you go to opieandanthony.com, the banner right on the top is helping Brother Weeze kick cancer's ass. Please make a donation.
Yeah, it just says kick cancer's ass is a charity, so he's trying to raise money on top of it for other people. Well, there you go. The sadness of the show is over.
Jesus.
We'll get back to the laughs.
Thrice from opieanthony.net saying, Christ, the Hindenburg broadcast had less heartache than the past hour of radio.
It's real-life stuff. A little variety every once in a while. It doesn't hurt it.
Oh, the drama.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Kelly on whackbag.com saying, can someone please bring me some tissues?
I don't like Pat from Menaki being funny all of a sudden.
Yeah.
His last 2 instant feedbacks have been very good. It's starting to bug me.
Pat was pretty funny, too. We were, as I was watching the Rosie O'Donnell retard movie last night, I was on Whackbag because they had a whole thread going about the movie, comments, and Pat had a couple of really good
oh, you guys,
funny lines.
Wait, they were commenting as
the... Oh, yeah, as the movie's going, we're all commenting and laughing about it.
See, I think that's great.
It's hysterical. There were some really funny bastards on there last night.
Very, very cool. So, I guess that was the update I wanted to give everyone. Kick cancer's ass. The link's on opieandanthony.com if you want to do something. If not, that's cool, too. Whatever. Just want to share that with you. The guy's, I'm telling you, he's an amazing guy. All right.
I only met him once and we argued politics.
But you loved him, right?
I liked it very much. Yeah, it was great.
Well, he's the polar opposite of you two.
He's very liberal, but he's not annoying liberal. He's like a Vietnam vet liberal. He's not like some bleeding heart college dude. You can't argue with a guy who did 2 tours of duty. What am I going to say? I'm from the suburbs, fella.
I grew up in the mean streets.
Yeah. My dad knows people. I have no arguments to make.
He actually, when the vets call his show and want to, talk about it, he's just like, ugh. And he openly admits that he went there and had a really good time in general. and actually signed up for another tour because he was having so much fun.
There was some great Vietnam stuff on. I guess it was the anniversary of the fall of Saigon, so there was some great Vietnam stuff on the War Channel over the weekend. Just rock and roll and killing gooks. That's how they present it in these specials that they put on there. Just helicopters whipping in, firing rockets, blowing people up.
Jimi Hendrix playing.
That's what it is. It's just like rock music playing. They had a whole show on just chopper pilots, and then on infantry, and on the Tet Offensive, like all that stuff. Just gotta love sitting there for a weekend when those marathons are on, watching all that stuff. Great. Yeah, man! We were out there in country just kicking ass! That's what it was, firing off their guns, killing them gook. Yeah. They showed some brutal footage of the Tet Offensive when the Viet Cong came into the American embassy down there in Saigon. Oh, just some guy. They had him by this fountain, and he's just some dead Viet Cong. He's not even dead. He was half dead, and he's taking that last, like, death rattle breath and kind of tensing up, and they just had the camera on him. Like, they didn't care back then. Nowadays, you don't see crap from Iraq. You really don't. You don't see anything. They have a total blackout. But back then, they showed footage, man, that was just brutal. Bodies blown in half. Then they show it, and the news guy's standing right there. Bullets flying around, news guys are right there. They had balls back then. Now you don't see any of that shit.
That sexy naked kid running away.
Oh, running away, that little whore down the street.
Jesus. That's my favorite photo from the Vietnam era.
Oh, that napalmed cock tease.
Are you insane? You guys are nuts.
Oh.
Have you ever seen The Wall down in Washington?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. All those names. Brings it right home.
All right, we should take our first break. We got lots of shows still to do. We still haven't talked about the Rosie O'Donnell movie.
Oh, what a special movie. I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe it was presented by Hallmark. Ugh. Every friggin' commercial break, at least 2 dramas. They weren't even commercials. They were like small little dramas going on. And all wrapped up with somebody getting a birthday card or something.
Aw.
Yeah. You know what the best part of the movie was yesterday?
What?
Oh, man, we're going to get into we'll try not to get into another bit. A little tease, though. In between the stupid movie, they're doing the news teases.
Yep.
And you're watching the movie. You'll see how riding the bus is helping developmentally disabled people in our area. That inspiring story at 11.
Yeah. Yes, you heard right.
That inspiring story at 11.
The local news, always in a search of something to fill a few minutes, decides they're going to do the local angle here on the movie. Whenever there was... I remember once they showed Independence Day, and the news teaser broke in, and it's like, and I'm not kidding. Could this happen in New York City? What? It's flying saucers. If it did, do you think I'd be tuning in to watch your news?
Well,
they try to make the local angle on every movie that they're playing that night.
I was going to say the recent one was the tsunami.
Yeah.
Could a tsunami hit New York City?
Tsunami? With the news stories, they try to do a local angle like the tsunami, but the worst is when they take a movie, and during the movie, they play the teaser for the news, and they got to tie the movie. They figure if you're interested in the movie, and you're watching it, we got to link it up to the news, so then you're going to watch the news, because you're interested in the movie.
Superheroes in the tri-state area?
Yeah. They're playing Superman. We'll show you another Superman here in New York. Oh, okay, I get it. Superman. What? Oh, God.
And you're watching the movie. You'll see how riding the bus is helping developmentally disabled people in our area. That inspiring story at 11.
Inspiring.
Why don't you sit next to one of them on the bus and see how inspired you are?
You know what they should show helping developmentally disabled people? They should show the morning after pill and how it's helping prevent this irritation.
RU486. We'll do a report on it.
How did you know the exact name of that pill?
Oh, sorry.
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
You're starting to get it, aren't you?
Dude, I was proud of myself that I fired out morning after pill.
I always keep a bottle next to the bed. I never know. Open up, honey.
Put it in ice cream. There you go. They don't even know they're taking it.
Give it to her in her Flintstones chewables.
Oh, that is genius. To mix it up with something. Give it to someone. That's a great idea. I never thought of that.
Hey, you never know, right?
Then we got clips from the
Tummy
actual.
hurts.
Then we got clips from the actual story.
Splat.
We got clips from the actual story.
Yeah.
I'm a catalog assistant. I stamp books.
What? The catalog assistant?
Does what?
He stamps books.
Is that what the inspiring retard
Yeah,
does?
well, and here's another one.
I get the bus on Broadway in Tarrytown, and it ends on Spring Street, and then it turns to the 19.
This guy just sounds like an annoying ass.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a retard. Not like the Rosie retard last night.
All right.
Oh, the local angle.
It really is awful.
Oh, they just... Ugh. What producer comes up to you and says, yeah, could you utter this drivel during the movie?
Ben's in a panic. Are you in a panic?
Sweetie, what's the matter?
Benjamin.
No, I'm just wondering.
Need to take a leak?
Yeah, I guess.
For a while, that's all. We want to know how that story helped you.
I'm
not in any panic.
Inspiring.
All right, I wasn't sure. Well, one day we're just going to do a show 4 hours straight.
Well, we don't have 18 minutes of commercials, so.
Oh, did you see that ad, the article in the paper?
There's an article in the paper about commercial time on some of your favorite shows.
Yeah, and the leader's like 23 minutes an hour.
Curtis and Kuby, 22 minutes and 5 seconds per hour of commercials on that dumb show.
Because what commercial radio is trying to do, these stupid idiots, they have no clue how to compete with satellite radio. They're trying to claim that they're doing less commercials.
It's a third of your show.
Right. They're saying we're doing less commercials now. They did a whole campaign on this. Especially, I guess, Clear Channel was the leader on that. And then all the other
is more.
All the other radio groups jumped on board. Like, hey, this is a good thing. We're showing that we're going to try to knock down the commercial load. So John Manelli of the Post, we love this guy. He's like, oh, really? So they just did a little thing here in New York, and they listened to all these radio stations, and they're finding out. They're not playing less commercials.
No, it's more than ever.
22 minutes an hour of commercials that is just brutal.
It stinks.
And then you have to add the promos on and all that stuff.
Yep. Unbelievable.
Just to give you an idea,
get away with that much.
Just to give you an idea, we just talked an hour and a half. That would be 33 minutes of commercials.
More than that? Oh yeah, you're right.
33 minutes of commercials we could have taken if we were on regular radio.
So, for all you guys that think that the last hour and a half was good, but maybe 20 minutes of it sucked, that could have been commercials.
Jack off.
Curtis and Kuby. Mobsters with the lobsters. I like when Curtis rhymes.
Ugh.
Yuck.
Shut up.
Shithead.
Shut up. All right, why don't we take a break?
Do you know on Curtis and Kuby, though, by the way, that one is left and one was right, and that always makes for an interesting show.
Isn't that great? Because they could always battle each other's point of views on stuff.
Seesaw!
Always interesting. Always compelling.
I just hate that the guy on the left is always a dork, though.
Always.
Well,
always. What's up with that?
The shoe fits.
Alan Combs?
I don't know. No, I've never heard of him.
And he just bitch slaps him every night. Every single night.
Has there ever been a cool, hip, kind of liberal show host? Or
you would think they could find just one just to make it interesting viewing. But Hannity just has his way with Combs.
Hannity's got the heat.
Oh, my God. Hannity and Combs. That's the one thing that was really funny. I forgot what book it was in. I read a lot of these dumb books on our time off, the Al Franken book. I went with the Michael Moore, the Bill Maher, whatever. Which one was it where when they were talking about Hannity and Combs, they had Hannity's name really big, and then Combs was so small you could barely. It was like was it?
Yeah.
The typeset they used was the smallest you could possibly use in a book.
And Hannity's is real big.
Just to show how useless Combs is on that show. Yes, there, Eric.
If you see the promos that they run for the Fox News lineup at night, they go from Bill O'Reilly to Hannity and Combs. It's just close-ups of Hannity, and at one point you didn't see Combs, but now they put him back in. It's just a quick, 1 second, there's Combs, and then it goes right into Greta Van Susteren.
Know what sells.
There's the kook.
I don't see any kook. I just see a moving blanket.
Yeah, she put a blanket over her head.
Couldn't they find a better blanket? Oh, my God. My grandma knitted this for me, and I brought it to work because I didn't want to use it at home. Might as well use this.
Grandma knitted this quilt for me. Come on, stop. I love Fest. You know that.
I'd say the closest thing to a hip liberal guy who I think is great is Jon Stewart. Is the closest thing to being
Oh,
like
there
a
you
funny
go.
liberal.
All right, there you go. There's
like
an answer to my
ballsy guy.
question. Yeah, there's one that has a
Yeah.
personality and at least.
And he doesn't come off like a whiny Jew.
He's not self.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus.
Dude, that Ben Stein, speaking of whiny Jews.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Stop putting this guy on TV.
What is he ragging about now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Just he's whining somewhere.
Yeah, you just can't get past the whining part. I don't know. He's the worst. All right, him and his sneakers. All right, we get it.
You're loose as a goose.
I hate.
You're a casual, comfy guy.
We get it.
I just love that his son turned into a video game addict, and he had to put him in rehab. Like, of all the embarrassing things your kids could do, drugs, alcohol, sex addiction.
Sucking dick under a porch.
Yeah. Anything. That you run through your mind as your kid's growing up of what you might have to go through when he gets older, and the drug thing pops up, and, the embarrassment of rehab that you'd have to send him to. And he wound up being addicted to the game EverQuest, that he had to take him to a rehab. That Ben Stein's son had to go to a rehab. And that Ben Stein would wake up in the middle of the night because he heard sounds in his house, go downstairs and see his son in the dark in front of a glowing computer monitor playing this game. And they cried together over it.
It's just a game.
They cried?
They
You're a
cried
faggot.
together.
I
know.
Come on, son, let's cry together.
I'm not buying the video game addiction thing.
No?
Nah.
It's just being selfish, is all it is. It's,
it's just
spending all your time playing games instead of doing other things. It's not, you don't call it an addiction.
I'm not buying it. Some people just, this is more exciting than their regular life. That's
being
it.
Selfish and self-centered, and I enjoy this, so I'm going to do it.
Have you ever walked around New York City on the weekend trying to find something cool to do? Sometimes, you know what? It's just better to boot up your favorite game and spend 6 to 8 hours
Play
a day.
a game. That's it.
I mean, in New York City, there's nothing to do unless you want to be a raging alcoholic, because you can drink, a million places, or eat. Drink and eat. That's what you do on the weekends in New York City. Or take a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Or do a little of that exercising.
Yeah.
Or how about helping some people? You could do that, too.
Volunteer work.
I do a little bit of that.
Shut up.
Shut up, Jimmy.
Where do you volunteer?
Help people.
I'm off the poker, by the way.
Why?
I got bored with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you had a big loss, huh?
I
You had a big loss.
got 15 cents left in my account.
Whoa, you went all in on something?
No, I just had a string of the worst luck over the weekend. I had...
Wait. The last we talked, you were up $1,400?
I had $1,400
in your account, and you started
account.
with two.
I started with $250.
Okay, all right. So you were up over $1,000.
$1,400. I went down to 1,000 a few times, got down to like 700, brought it back up. Then over the weekend, I can't tell you how many times I came in fourth place, and fourth is just out of the money.
Yeah, I know.
Come in third, you make some money. Fourth, nothing. It was happening time and time and time again. I could not win, and that's what happened. So I wound up. I think I had like $50.15 left, something like that, $51. I went in for a $50 thing instead of doing $10 and having 5 chances. I figured I'd do the $50 because I'll win $250. Fourth place again. Lost nothing.
You still don't think that's computer generated, some of that stuff? I still think if
I'm
there's
suspicious.
6 characters,
I'm so suspicious.
2 of them are computer generated, and the computer knows what everybody needs, so it makes one of the ones that's tied in with the computer win. I mean, I guarantee that's got to be. There's no way.
And what are you chatting with a computer thing?
No, there's somebody there. No, but there's somebody there working that. But the computer has everything worked out. They know who's going to get what card. It's a computer.
Yeah.
It's not a real gentleman.
I like
juggling.
I like Jimmy's angle on this because I'm very suspicious. I was trying to think cheat codes, but now I like his.
What would be the upside for a company to do that when they're making money hand over fist?
Yeah, they are
just
making a lot
for
of
the fact-
money.
It
Good
doesn't
point,
matter
Ed.
if
Good
you win or
point.
lose. If you're winning or losing, if everyone at the table is winning or losing, the house is still making their money. They take a cut of every pot that's raked in.
You're right.
So I don't see why they would do something that would jeopardize all the money that's pouring in to
Look
put
what Vegas
some
does.
plants at a few tables.
Well, look what I'm saying. That there's always these angles, only because they can do it. But look what Vegas does with the pumping oxygen in and all these weird little things. If they could get away with having a computer generate stuff, like you think the slot machines are honest because they can fix them, you know you're not going to win. That Wheel of Fortune game, I want to put my fist through. Every time I get
There's
30
a
or
gaming
20.
commission. It's not just the casino that's turning socket wrenches in the slot machines so they pay out. There's a gaming commission that inspects these machines and makes sure they're completely random and that the casino isn't fiddling with it. The slot machines aren't fixed in Vegas.
I don't know.
They're not. There's a commission that's put in charge of making sure that it has no link to the casino.
Did you see the problems they gave Ace? I don't believe that commission at all.
I understand.
You Jew motherfucker, you ever go over my head again, I'll kill you. My favorite Pesci accent is
that one was good.
Kansas City's the greatest.
I'm playing Splinter Cell now.
All right.
Good game.
Let's go to James in North Carolina. James?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, man.
What's up, James?
You're talking about Evercrack, and yeah, it's pretty addictive. It caused me to lose my fiance over it.
EverQuest?
Evercrack.
Wait,
yeah.
what did you call it?
Evercrack. It's pretty well called that here.
She lost her mind, so she decided to jump on a bus and
No, actually,
cut her hair and.
Well, I caught her later on. I was going to school to finish up some college, and I had walked in on her fucking one of my best friends.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
But dude, the game is called EverQuest, right?
Yeah, I've got the latest one out, EverQuest 2, Evercrack 2.
What do you call it?
It's called EverQuest 2. The newest one out is called EverQuest 2.
Why do you call it something else? I'm not sure what you're saying.
Oh, Evercrack is... So it's pretty
That's pretty original, though. I've never heard it called that. Is that because it's addicting?
Yeah, it's very addicting. I mean, I'd be like you were talking about the poker thing a couple of days ago, about playing 8 hours a day kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'd call in sick most of the time just to play up.
What do you call it?
It's called EverQuest, but we call it Evercrack.
Dude, LOL. So you guys call it Evercrack because it's addicting as opposed to the name, which is EverQuest.
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But
what's your name?
James.
James, okay. So it'd be kind of like the same
Jame?
thing. Like instead of a Jame Gum.
His name is Jame.
Wait a minute, was she a great big fat person?
Oh, let's play that going into break. We haven't played that. I don't think the new listeners have heard that.
Oh, which one? The lotion? Dude, I was watching it yesterday on USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. We're on to something else. The ADD show continues here. We should take a break. But speaking of Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, fantastic.
We're going to play Silence of the Lambs, the musical.
The musical.
This CD that...
Extravaganza.
Yeah, by the Kaplan Brothers. We even talked to them. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
They were music majors, and they realized, oh, God, this is useless. So why don't we try to do something on our own? So they made Silence of the Lambs, the musical, these two guys.
Which track are we going to hear?
It puts the crack in the basket.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
It has to be that one.
We haven't heard this one in a while.
It's a hit, dude.
As we go to break, take a listen.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, it does this when it's toned. It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose. And when it's done, there's one more thing, a simple little task. It's put the fucking lotion in the basket. Put the fucking lotion in the basket. All these stupid women are the same. Helps me not to think of them as human, so I call them bitch instead of by their names.
Mister, please no more abuse. Can't you see there's no excuse? My family's probably wondering where I've been.
I'll starve you so your skin gets loose. Stop crying now, you big fat moose. Just put the fucking lotion on your skin, and then put the fucking lotion in the basket. Your chances for survival are remote. I'm impervious to all your silly whining, so wipe down before I jam a bomb right down your fucking throat.
Mister, please, my mom's got money. Let me go. This isn't funny. cops are sure to send somebody. Turn me loose, don't be a dummy.
Listen to you scream and wail. Keep it down, you fucking whale. Mind the broken fingernail. The last girl climbed halfway but failed. Precious?
She's down here, you piece of shit.
Put the fucking poodle in the basket. I kill you, but there's someone at the door. Don't make me go and get my gun and shoot you. It's a waste of skin. They don't sell fat girls in a fucking store. Put my fucking precious in the basket. Don't you hurt my one and only friend. You don't know what pain is, but I'll teach you. If you lay a fucking finger on my poodle's pretty head, put the fucking poodle in the basket.
It's on! The witch's man bringing it all, lay right, knee to the head, knee to the groin, hammer, well done with it.
Yeah.
Which, what?
What?
Where?
Sure. What?
Who?
Bull-lat.
We have problems.
Shake it up, shake it, ooh, shake it, ooh.
Checking out the Opie and Anthony program.
Dave Grohl rules.
He really
like
does.
The best drummer ever.
Yeah, he's drumming on that one. Yeah, we're spreading the virus across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio. The O&A virus, we like to call it. And really fast, here we go. We're going to go off on a little tangent, and we have so much more stuff to do.
Who is this playing, by the way?
Queens of the Stone Age.
That's good.
Their new album is pretty good as well. I was watching The Shining over the weekend.
Oh, you did?
And, yeah, we just had a quick
movie.
Are you trying to make believe that I didn't tell you that I saw The Shining over the weekend?
I said it's a fun movie.
You hack.
Oh, you did you?
We just had a 20-minute conversation about The Shining.
I think our listeners know. I just throw those things in every so often. Like you'll say something, I'll go, really, Hope?
Oh, you did you?
They know I did. I'm actually speaking for the audience.
And because you
That's
said
my
that,
role
then the
sometimes.
listeners could, think that we're just brilliant because we're just doing this off the top of our heads.
Right.
The spontaneity on the show just amazes me.
I consider
Jesus.
myself sometimes the voice of the audience. So as you say, I saw The Shining, I'm one of the audience members just going, oh, you did you?
While Queens of the Stone Age was playing, you did not just tell me a whole story about the hotel.
Hotels. Yeah, I did. All right. I was talking about a hotel in Colorado.
All I was saying, it was really fast. I was thinking about The Shining. Jesus, this music really creeps
By the way,
me out.
that's got to be from the TV show. That couldn't be from the film. That's got to be from the TV show.
That's awful.
Yeah, but there was a few different. This is the TV, right?
Oh wait, no wait.
Yeah, sounds
Oh, it's the movie. Okay.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
It's titled "When Jack Goes Psycho." Which
it
time?
is.
Which time? But it was just a quick little thing. I was watching The Shining, thinking, who in their right mind would? And he was supposed to be in his right mind to begin.
At the time, yeah.
To begin the movie, would take that job.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't take that job if it was spring.
Some people like seclusion, I think.
Seclusion.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in any of these old hotels, maybe upstate New York or wherever? They're creepy as hell, man.
Very creepy.
I stayed at the Park Plaza, which they're renovating finally, and some dope decided to be the last guest out of there, by the way. So the news did a big thing on the last guest
I
leaving
wanted
the
to be
hotel.
the last guy to check out. Oh, shut up.
That guy.
Leave.
What a tool.
Yeah, it happens with everything in society, but the last person in a marathon and all that.
Yeah.
Ugh. I stayed at the Park Plaza once. It was haunted.
Yeah.
It had to be.
You hearing stuff?
Well, I didn't hear anything, but it's so old. You just get this overwhelming weird
vibe.
feeling,
It's
like
a weird
there
feeling.
is something going on here.
You're absolutely right. I stayed at a place in Colorado, and it was like one of the inspirations for the Overlook Hotel. It's very old, late early 1900s. The thing was built, all kinds of lore and stories to it. And you get into your room, and there's these little dittos and whatnot laying around.
Askew.
Askew on your table. And they're stories. They're ghost stories and haunting stories in the hotel. Things that have happened in the hotel, things people have seen. There's this one story of a young girl that walks around from room to room asking for her mother. And I got to sleep in this place? I'm walking upstairs. Now you're walking through the hallway. It's not a modern hotel. This is no Holiday Inn. The hallway's very big, very grand.
Very
upstairs.
wide, right?
Very wide.
That's how the Park Plaza. The
Big
hallways are really
cathedral
wide.
ceilings.
Yeah.
The carpet is that old-style carpet. And you're walking down this, and old doors on either side of the hallway. And I'm looking at the end of the hallway going, if I see something, I'm going to drop dead right here. If I see some ghostly figure at the end of this hallway, it's over, Johnny.
Why is that kid driving his big wheel up and down the halls?
You don't need to go to room 237.
Unbelievable. Why do they want to creep you out? They're telling stories of murders and people that have died in the hotel.
There's no fun in that whatsoever.
No. It just makes it creepy. And it's fine in the daytime when a lot of people are walking around and it's, it's just a hotel, a working hotel. You read the things and kind of get a little chug. Ooh, that's creepy. And then when night settles in, you're like, oh, boy, why'd I read that? Because now I'm just completely creeped out and I'm going to have trouble sleeping.
Little girl knocking on doors looking for her mother. Oh. What'd you do, sleep naked with candy next to the bed?
Yeah, night.
Oh, stop it.
And night makes everything just worse.
Oh, it's just the creepiest.
All of a sudden, you can't even go to your kitchen to get a stupid glass of water.
Afraid to look out the window. Oh, it's all dark out there, and if I see a pair of eyes peering in, it's over. I can't. I am the biggest scaredy cat ever.
I don't really consider myself a scared.
I am. I'm fessing up. I am a scaredy cat.
But all of a sudden, you watch The Shining or something, and then go to bed, and there's many nights where I'll stagger to the bathroom or the kitchen to get a glass of water. Now I got a full bladder. I'm not moving.
No, you don't want to move.
I'm not moving.
No. You walk around. You ever think you see something at night?
Oh,
and you
dude.
Just creep
Sometimes I'll
the hell
just look down. I'll just look down praying.
I wake
that
up.
There's nothing there.
Sometimes I wake up and like a hat will be hanging on something, and it looks like someone just hovering over the bed. It's so creepy, and I am just I get scared so easily. Can't have anyone creep up on me. My girlfriend's kind of the same way. She's pretty jittery when it comes to being scared like that. So we're ridiculous. If I walk into a room that she's in already, and her back is turned to something, I have to start whistling before I even get there. She's got to do the same thing. If I'm sitting at the computer and my back is to the room, and she's walking in the room, she comes in, just so it's not like, hi, honey. Right behind me. I just jump through the ceiling.
That's a frightening household. Just two humming germaphobes. Don't touch anything. I'm singing. No germs. No one gets scared. What a loony bin.
Yeah, there's something going on there, man.
Oh, lunatics.
There's definitely something going on.
Germaphobes.
It was supposed to be a quickie, though. It's ridiculous that Jack Nicholson even took that job.
Yeah,
write much
with a family. But he needed a little seclusion to write. That was like his whole thing. He wants to write his book. It's probably the perfect opportunity. He wouldn't be alone because he's got his family with him.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
Well, he got a complaint from the manager saying that you're not being a good caretaker, and he starts crying. Oh, are you to criticize the way I am being the caretaker? I've had a really rough time. I mean, it was really a great movie.
I just want to take care of the hotel.
You know who's a scaredy cat? Club Soda Kenny, I learned driving back from... We were talking about horror films.
Really?
He's like, I can't watch them. I get very frightened.
Big Club Soda Kenny.
And he wasn't being ironic. He really is just a big sissy when it comes to horror films.
Movies scare the crap out of me, and the advertisements for movies have gotten so bad. It used to be, all right, that movie looks pretty creepy. I'll see it on my own time, during the daytime perhaps, something like that. But now the advertisements on TV are just as bad as the movie. And they come on in the middle of the night. When The Ring and The Grudge came out, and they pop on, and you're seeing these creepy little pale children like popping up out of nowhere, scares the crap out of me.
Your brother wants in. Brother Joe, what's up, buddy?
Yo, Wolf, what's going on?
Hey, man.
How do you do, Joe?
I wanted to shed some light on why I believe Anthony is such a scaredy cat.
Oh, this is true. Okay, I know exactly where you're going, and,
You know-
and you're probably
you know
right.
the story I'm telling, right?
Yeah.
When we were kids, I'd say, I don't know, Anthony had to be about 8, maybe 7, 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We had just finished watching the movie Psycho.
Yeah.
And Anthony and
Jesus, how old are you guys?
Kid.
We weren't at the movies, Opie.
Jesus.
It was on television.
We just came back from a Citizen Kane screening.
I believe it was 5. I believe it was on Creature Feature or Chiller Theater.
You might want to explain that. We're trying to act that we're a lot younger on the radio here. Jesus. It was a double feature. What?
Yeah, like we went to the movies.
Elvira introduced it.
The original one. Huh?
TV. You are familiar with it.
All right.
So anyway, Anthony decides to take a shower immediately following the murder scene.
Hairless young 7-year-old boy in the shower.
And as Anthony was in the shower, I took Dawn into my mom's room to fit her with a wig.
Yeah.
And give her a butter knife.
Jesus.
And as Anthony was in the shower, I told Dawn to run into the bathroom, throw the shower curtain open, and start screaming and wear this butter knife over your head. Anthony went down like a sack of wet potatoes. He went down straight to the bottom of the tub.
I collapsed in the bathtub in fear and fright. And I was hysterical. I was hysterical and inconsolable. There was no way I was sane.
You were catatonic for an hour.
Yeah, for an hour. I just was staring, going. I was petrified.
And did she run out screaming too? My brother has a python growing from the front of him.
No, I wasn't in the shower, Jim.
Oh man, is
unbelievable.
That is funny.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys later.
All right.
I remember that.
That's classic.
Scared me, and believe me, Psycho as a kid back then was just a very scary movie. And for some reason, I don't know, why did I decide to take a shower right after Psycho?
Because you're hot.
7 years old, yeah. That's true.
I want to see if any pubes were growing in yet.
Wanted to wash off that little clamshell-like bag.
Young svelte Anthony doing voices, washing his body. Hi, I'm Howdy Doody, just cleaning under his arms.
Howdy Doody, like 1950.
I don't know what impressions you did as a kid.
Hey, why don't you wash your hair?
Oh. Yeah, the only hair I had to wash was on my head. Yeah. No other hair on that body.
That's funny. Okay.
Oh, God. Yeah, that might have had something to do with it. Didn't even think of that. I remember not only horror movies, but one other time, my father, in his infinite wisdom, decided it would be a good idea to take the whole family out to the drive-in movie out there. I remember in Comac, used to have a big drive-in movie over there. Back in the olden days. Shut up, you remember. Shut up.
Wow.
Next to the regular movie theater, right across the street from
we're
the Comac Motor Inn.
We're going to keep you under the bus for a while.
Was it hard to hear the movie with the T-Birds riding around?
Drive-in movies.
Drive-in movies.
Wow. I remember there was one way out in like Rocky Point. I really don't remember one in Comac.
There was one in Comac for quite some time.
No, I really don't remember that one. I'm sorry.
You absolutely do remember it.
I swear.
It's where Target is now.
All right. I believe you.
There was a big drive-in theater that everybody went to.
So what happened? You pulled the Edsel up?
Well, we went there and the Lords were there. The Lords, indeed. Pulled the Edsel up.
Me and Frank will go buy letters for the side.
Hey, I heard you got a bun in the oven.
Were you double dating with Fonzie?
No, I wasn't double dating with Fonzie.
That was the episode, right? Richie?
It was one of the.
Okay.
It was one of the drive-ins though, because the later drive-in movie theaters, right before they totally disappeared, you were able to tune your radio in to the movie.
Oh wow.
But this one was one where you took the big clunky
Sure.
speaker and put it on your window.
I remember that.
Sometimes people drove off with it.
Mm-hmm.
And he decided we were going to see Bonnie and Clyde. Remember Bonnie and Clyde, the movie?
Yes, I do, Anthony.
Remember Bonnie and Clyde?
Yes, I do.
And that had come out, and I was like, I don't know, 7 years old.
All right.
And the scene came where people started really getting shot, and it was very bloody, and I threw my Arby's up. Remember Arby's was right there, Opie?
Sure.
And
I'm
I
with
threw
you
my
now.
Arby's up all over the all over the car. Yeah, puked all over the place because I couldn't take it. I was a kid. I was a little kid, very young at the drive-in. I didn't drive there.
But the blood looked.
I had my blankie with me.
But the blood looked really fake in that movie.
Didn't matter. It was
All
just
right.
the whole thing of them getting shot apart and stuff. I puked my Arby's all over.
All right.
My dad took me to see a movie in the drive-in years ago, and I remember the next movie was playing was The Sensuous Nurse with Ursula Andress.
Ooh.
And I wanted to stay and watch it, but he wouldn't. Which is probably better that he didn't.
Yeah.
You know, a man and his son just pitching tents, watching her run around the Swedish cocktease.
Me, my dad, and his wife in California went to the drive-in movie theater once and saw Barbarella. And it was not a first run. It had come out and was making a resurgence, ass. And I remember the windows were getting all steamed up because I was breathing so heavy at the beginning
No
scene.
way, really?
Because she's naked in the beginning scene
Yeah.
of that. It's like the credits, but it's kind of silhouette. It's kind of hard, but you could definitely make out the form of a nude woman.
Right.
And
And your little body was heating up.
I'm sitting. I swear to you, I was sitting by the window, by the passenger window. Corey, his wife, was sitting in the middle, and my father's sitting at the driver's seat. And as the movie is going on, the beginning is playing. The windows are. I was burning up, and I couldn't even contain my breathing. And the windows are getting all fogged up.
Was she just jerking both of you off? You laugh, but man, we've gone down this road with Anthony.
No.
You want to talk about a good egg? Anthony's father was a good
There
egg.
was nothing going on between me and my stepmother.
Getting Anthony
you
laid as
ass.
much as humanly possible, your father did.
No, just one time he hooked me up.
I don't know about that.
One time with Buzz.
With good old
That's
Buzz.
it.
All right, let's go to Eric in Colorado. Eric.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
I know which one it was.
I'm
not sure.
Wait, you know the hotel Ant's talking about in Colorado?
Yeah, it's called Hotel Colorado, Glenwood Springs.
Yep.
And it is notoriously haunted.
That's the one I
Top
stayed at.
floor.
Yep.
Yeah, it is notoriously haunted, and there have been Ghostbusters who have proven, these paranormal experts have proven that it is haunted.
Dude, and I friggin' stayed there. I
And
was
the
so
one that's in
petrified.
One that's in The Shining is out here also. It's called the Stanley, and it's up in Estes Park, and that one's haunted also.
I don't doubt it. Very creepy.
Yeah.
Were the internal shots? I think the external for The Shining was actually a set that they built.
Yeah.
No, the internal was a set. The external is of the Stanley.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, that's like a 4-star hotel, but it is haunted also. But that Hotel Colorado, man, it's when I was in high school, a lot of my friends who would go there on band trips, they'd go there for a practice. Man, they said that you don't go up on that floor after dark.
Really?
Yeah, they said it is really spooky up there, and a lot of the hotel staff has reported seeing things, and they've had paranormal experts go up there and say, yeah, there's definitely something going on up there.
Yeah, they had stories about something in the furnace room downstairs, and you'd hear things on the pipes. And
you know the spa cave that's right across from there. Some of those areas in the spa caves are also
yeah, I went.
supposedly haunted.
Anthony went to the spa cave.
It was haunted by a ghost with stinky feet. That place reeked.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, I got a question for you. The what's it called? The Stanley, is the internal at all like the film was?
I've never been inside of it, but I that's what I've been told.
I think there were a lot of inspirations based on other hotels that were, the big towering ceilings and huge rooms.
Does it look the same now as it did in the movie? And don't lie or I'll know.
No, it's been they renovated, but it looks pretty much the same on the outside. I mean, it's a huge stately hotel. If you go to their website, you'll see the pictures of it.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
Sure.
Yeah, I was petrified in that hotel, man. It was just so scary.
It's just a feeling you get, right?
Yeah, creepy.
Road Dog, the trucker. What's up, Road Dog?
What's happening?
Oh, where are you, bro?
Greenville, North Carolina.
All right.
Fun. What do you got for the show?
Do what?
What do you got, man?
Man, I got to tell you about this. As a kid growing up southern Indiana there's a Triple X theater establishment, and they had a drive-in movie theater with a big drive-in screen, and they'd show Triple X rated movies all night long on this big drive-up screen. All the kids would build tree houses just to get up to see the damn thing.
Triple X at a drive-in, huh?
So you build the treehouse nice and high so you get a peek?
No, they had like 14-foot fences around the damn place. So you had to go up into a tree or ride by on the interstate. You'd be going down the interstate and see a naked woman on the damn screen going down the road.
Naked woman blowing a 20-foot cock.
You realize it's just Ben Sparks.
How you going to cut from poltergeist to porno?
All right on, man. All right, Road Dog.
I'm out, man. Y'all be safe.
Thank you, Road Dog, everyone.
Bunch of smart asses. Dugout Doug. Anthony and Buzz and Fonzie and Pinky necking at the drive-in. Jackass.
All right, we could do riding on the bus with my sister.
My sister.
You want to get into this a little bit? We also have Laura Bush doing stand-up.
Yeah, she wowed him in Washington.
Sort of
Not
like
literally.
Family Guy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I had high expectations, so I'm not really sure.
I didn't catch it. I'm going to have to...
It didn't stink, but whatever.
Have to watch it.
All right, what do you want to do, riding on the bus?
Yeah, let's get into that a little bit.
I just think we should watch where the jokes go. I think that
yeah,
let's not target the mentally challenged.
I agree with you. Yeah,
Let's take the high road.
Yeah.
All right.
I like how he actually, even though it's radio, he puts the serious face on. You know, guys, like there's not even a hint of a smile.
I'm a method actor.
He's
I can't help
acting.
it.
He really has to get into the character. You know, all right, let me really think that I don't want to make jokes about this.
All right. I'll wait. Okay.
Here was Rosie O'Donnell.
I gotta admit, I took a peek after Family Guy.
It was not just an awful movie because of the content and Rosie O'Donnell being a horrible actress and just running through as a parody of a retarded person. The movie itself, taken just as a movie, was so bad. It was so disjointed and there cliches left and right. They kept throwing in these little things that lasted for a second that was supposed to make you think about something, I guess. I don't know. There was one part where they tried to get into this little story of this pervert that drives around and gives Rosie O'Donnell's retard character a stuffed animal in the car and goes, "Here you go." And he looks all ratty, and he pulls up slowly as she's walking on the sidewalk, and she grabs the stuffed animal and then walks a little like, "Oh, no," and puts it in the garbage and goes, "That guy always tries to give me things." And then that was it. Dude, it lasted for like 5 seconds. Like, oh, the retards have to watch for the perverts. Yes, okay, I understand where they were going.
Because that's what's happening out there.
Yeah,
What is the pervert retarded too?
When you looked at.
I think that you're missing the message, Anthony.
Yeah,
the
what was
message
it?
there, that's the message to the parents, where if you have one of these, this is what you should do with it. Walk right outside, lift the lid,
and toss it in the garbage. But they tried little things like that, like they were trying to make these points, but they were covered so quickly, like, okay, let's cover the pervert trying to pick her up. All right, let's get the mean, intolerant people on the bus. Like, she gets on the bus, and there's the bus drivers, which are all, every one of them, very tolerant, very nice to her, very understanding, and then a couple of passengers that, as viewers, you're supposed to hate, because they're like, what is she doing on this bus? She doesn't have the proper pass. She's annoying. And they're saying all this out loud, like no one would ever speak this shit. You say it under your breath, and you kick them while they're not looking. Fun things like that.
Pinch their side fat.
Yeah, oh, get away from me. And then one of the most unrealistic parts of the movie, when somebody getting on the bus needed a nickel, and didn't have a nickel, and a black gentleman actually gave a nickel.
I saw that scene.
I'm like, stop it.
That was Rosie's sister there.
He looked like a thug. He looked like a thug, but he's very charitable.
Well, then she tries to give him $1, and he's like, yo, lady, you can't buy anything for 5 cents nowadays. Something like that.
And then there was one intolerant black woman. Rosie gets on the bus, and she starts making retard faces at these two black children that are sitting there. And the black woman saw that the children were making faces back, and she kind of takes them by the hands and moved her seat. She went to the back of the bus, which Somebody on Whackbag right when it happened wrote, "Wow, I guess old habits die young," or something like that.
Old habits
quickly.
die hard.
Oh, I suck.
But apparently,
Oh God,
what's your favorite song? Only the Good Die Hard.
Only the Good Die Hard. Oh, what a tool! I stink.
Now we knew what you meant.
Yeah, so did I. Fortunately, it came out of my mouth like diarrhea.
That's all right.
Jim in Philly thought the movie wasn't that bad. Jim?
What?
Yes.
Hey, Jim.
All right.
Yeah, I
hey,
like
faggot.
it very much. Yeah, I'm a faggot. Hi, Jimmy. I bought your new CD. It's pretty good.
Thank you very much. Why are you breathing like you just ate it?
Oh.
Because I'm a fat fuck.
That's honest.
Well, there goes that question.
You like the movie there, Jim?
Yes, I do. I had a retarded sister, and it brought back a lot of things.
Did she ride the bus?
That's terrific. That's terrific.
No.
So it brought back a lot of what? Like a lot of memories?
A lot of bad. Oh yeah, a lot of bad. My brother and I were constantly in fights, protecting her, and because people would make fun of her. And
That
shit.
seemed very unrealistic.
Yeah, what would they say to your sister?
What would they say to her?
A lot, hey, you fucking retard.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she didn't talk like fucking Pee Wee Herman.
No.
Nah.
Is she
didn't
still?
talk like-
Is she
Talk
still
like
around?
Pee Wee Herman, but she died when she was 26.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh,
What that you guys can't. That's not cool, man.
That's
What did she pass away from?
Well, they said natural causes, but I suspect it was sleep apnea.
Why a lot of retarded people have the sleep apnea?
Well, she was heavy too, and I have sleep apnea because I'm a very heavy person.
I thought it might have been that big,
450
thick tongue getting in the way while she was sleeping.
Oh, God.
Could have been.
She ain't heavy. She's my retarded sister.
That's true. Very, very. And I do drive a bus in Philadelphia, and we do get a lot of retarded.
You do. Are you the tolerant bus driver?
Sometimes not.
Yeah. Wow.
When they stand up in the bus and they start fucking hollering and screaming, you got to kind of put it in.
See?
Yeah, that's great.
And this guy
that's
had
what
a
you want to
sister
deal
who was,
with.
he had a sister that was retarded. He's not tolerant.
You just want to get through your day driving the bus, and you get this in the back.
Make somebody stop at that other bus stop.
But the one truth in the story was is a lot of them that get on do know everything there is to know about buses, bus lines, and everything.
Yeah, that's
They do
quite a
it
resume stuffer. Great.
well, most of them don't work, or they do menial jobs for the IRS.
Why do they choose?
Wait. Who do they work for?
I get a lot of them that work for the IRS, International Revenue Service.
International Revenue. Did you say the International Revenue Service?
I deserved the car crash on that.
Of course you did. That was a bus crash because retards working for the IRS was the joke, and international, they don't tax us in Greece and Europe and here. It's internal, sir.
The International Revenue Service.
All right. Well, Jim liked the movie.
Yeah, and I appreciate you tooling on me.
All right, Jim.
Bye, Jim.
Jim has
Have a good one, guys.
You know what I like? I liked those Die Young movies. The 3 that came out. Bruce Willis.
Old habits die young. An ass.
All right, here we go.
God.
Riding the bus with my sister. What else were you going to say about this movie?
Another thing that was going on during the whole thing, and I don't know if this was just part of Rosie's contract or the character was supposed to be like this. She was eating in every scene. Eating in every single scene. And she was unhealthy. She went to the doctor, and the doctor told her she's overweight and stuff. And somebody pointed out on the message board that this doctor is bashing Rosie's character, yet it's still Rosie that she's telling is unhealthy. The only difference is this retarded character didn't wash her hair. That was like the only difference between the retard and Rosie. So this woman's saying that how unhealthy and fat Rosie is as the retard. Meanwhile, she didn't have padding on or anything. She's just fat.
Oh, that's great.
So they're pounding her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fat clay legs with no bend marks on them.
And, I know it's very, hack as a comics to talk of the big head gag. Yeah, big head. That's a big head. But her head is giant. She has that big, fat head. And at one point she was getting a hairstyle. Her hairstyle, her sister took her, and they formed her curly locks into a perfect mullet. Could not possibly have made her look more retarded.
You know who should cut her hair? David Ferry and Clay Shaw.
Oh. Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I got JFK. Yeah. I got you. Didn't really go over well on it.
All right. You want to play some clips,
You
Ant?
didn't say die young.
Well, he did.
Here's Rosie's character on the phone, I guess.
I'm trying to use the phone!
No, that's Pee-wee.
Yes, Daddy? Hi, honey, you okay? Yes, I'm okay, because I'm the sheriff. Okay. Yeah. You have to take me to Super Save tomorrow because they have a sale. Okay, I'm going to pick you up at 6? Yeah, 6:30. I love you, I have to go. I have to go catch a bus. I have to go catch a bus.
Oh, you are a bus, you pig.
Okay.
Why are you so tolerant with the retard?
I'm the sheriff.
No, you're not, stupid.
I'm the sheriff. Somebody had the storyline all wrong also. They told us that at the end she gets a bum leg
Yeah.
and has to live with them. And then I realized that was the storyline of Bill. Somebody was trying to fool us.
Oh, okay.
That was the storyline of old Bill.
We don't have our
Mickey
Bill
Rooney
clips.
Played a retard.
We have to get the Bill clips.
It was, I had a bad leg, and I have to live with Barry. And that's what happened. He had a bum leg. He would have had to go back to the home.
Oh, okay.
So he lived with...
someone got one
Dennis
past us,
Quaid.
huh?
I know. I didn't realize it until last night when I'm like, hey, wait, it didn't end like that.
That's one of our favorite comedies.
Of course it is.
How did it end? I didn't see it.
Well, it ended, the sister... Well, the father that she's talking to on the phone, he dies. He winds up dying. And now he took care of Rosie's character. For the most part, Rosie lived alone, but I guess he helped her out, whatever. So now the sister, who is a very successful career woman, has to now come and kind of take care of her a little bit and leave her job for a while. And she winds up breaking up with her fiancé because of the problem with the sister. And
yeah, that would happen in real life.
Yeah,
of course.
Because
She's
sorry.
And it's now the movie is pretty much the sister trying to get a better understanding of her retarded sister because they haven't been together in years. She's been busy career girl, you know. Doesn't even acknowledge she's got this retard for a sister.
What's there to understand?
Nothing. This movie was so shallow and had nothing to it.
They can't even watch the same TV programs.
So they drive on the bus together, and then Rosie tries hooking her up with the bus drivers. This is my sister, and she broke up with her boyfriend, and she reads books, and she... Oh, and she just kind of smiles like it's okay, instead of slapping her on the face and telling her to shut up like any normal human would do.
Should have pinched the back of her arm and just said, "Shut up."
Yeah, shut up.
stupid."
Ow!
Here's the argument on the stairs, Anthony. What was this about?
I don't know. I
All
couldn't even understand the movie.
All right.
I was a retard watching it.
What do you think you are, a hippopotamus? The way you clomp down the steps every morning? Some people are still sleeping.
Not you. You're not sleeping. You're complaining. That's what you're doing. You're the hippopotamus.
Yeah, that was her walking downstairs.
Wow, there's a
making
lot of fat
noise.
jokes in this movie, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, she's fat. Yeah, big black woman is yelling at her for clomping down the stairs.
Every day you are first person on my bus.
Yeah.
She'd kill somebody to get on first.
I wouldn't kill.
She's got no place to go, just rides around all day.
So it's a free country. I'm a person. I buy my bus pass for $40, and I'm first always, so that's why I'm first.
Yeah, you're doing it on the government dole. Why don't you do something useful in your life?
Okay, Henry. Where is Beth going today?
I'm going to go to Alma. Now I'm going to catch a bus with Rick.
Ah, Rick is your new favorite.
Yeah, because he has a green card. He's cute.
The green Mustang. Very classy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he's going to take me for a ride in it.
What about your boyfriend? What about Jesse?
Jesse's delicious. He's going to take me today to get a new toilet seat because mine got broken and was sliding. So I would fall off of it like, whoa.
Fat ass sitting on it. Fat retarded ass broke the toilet seat.
Why did somebody cut Henry off? I really liked him.
Henry was telling it like it is.
She had a boyfriend, by the way. She had a boyfriend, Jesse, who was this big retarded black guy. So she and apparently they were having sex and everything.
Was he saying "Como"?
Como with glass dildos. Como. Yeah, that was another. This whole thing was just full of this politically correct drivel. Just awfulness. Like the people in the bus, the angry people, why don't you get a job instead of being on the government dole? And you're supposed to look over and go, yeah, that person's mean and awful. Oh, and it's like every 2 seconds these little things were popping up. The intolerant gang of white guys that beat up the black, that were trying to beat up her black boyfriend on the bicycle, and he knows Taekwondo. Rosie's retarded black boyfriend. So
and he's got the retard strength, too.
Yeah, he had the retard strength. And he kicked ass.
Got to be kind of stupid to take on a guy like that.
People started getting ready to attack him, and Rosie goes, "It's getting hot in here! It's getting hot in here!" And he ran over in his Taekwondo duds.
They criticized her, and he went, "You motherfucker!"
Chris on Long Island. Chris.
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
Don't you think that Rosie sounds like Barney Gumble from The Simpsons?
All right, that's it.
That's good.
Sometimes it's Pee-wee. Sometimes it's Barney.
It's just minus the butt, right?
That's good.
The worst part of it is I was only able to whack my bag twice during that movie. Peace out.
Very good. The guy had a really good call.
So wait, not only was Rosie a retard, but she was in...
A two-time disappointer of the family.
Oh, my God. Father's like, it just couldn't get any worse. Daddy, meat. I stand corrected.
Okay, it can.
That's nice. And both races will be destroyed. They'll create a mongrel race.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's great.
Andie MacDowell was the sister.
Yes.
She was the sister, and I guess the beginning shot, the opening shot of the movie was pretty good. She's kind of laying back on the bed, and her nips were showing through the sweater.
Yeah.
So that was like the best part of the movie.
My savior.
I'm not your savior, I'm just Beth. Cool Beth.
Beth, my girlfriend.
Oh, Miss Boring Clothes. What, am I scaring you? Want me to scare you? Bow, bow, bow!
Beth.
Yeah.
Pay her no mind. She's just a harmless retard. Just don't make eye contact.
I'm hearing you!
That is hilarious.
Oh, is that the best line ever?
Another intolerant person on the bus.
Meanwhile, to me, those are the best people so far.
Of course.
Hendry and those two.
Hendry. An intolerant person. It's just a harmless retard. Don't make eye contact.
Absolutely true.
Oh,
Big dummy with panda legs. That's what she has. Legs like a fat white panda. She should be tugging a windbreaker through a cage. Fat whore.
I'm hearing you! Barrett, when you gonna take me for a ride in your car with a green car with my caseworker?
Oh, Olivia, huh?
Yes, Olivia. She's pretty and she's nice. Oh, that's a house where me and Eugene live. I think he's a jerk. You think he's a jerk, Rick?
I don't think he's a jerk. I think he's a little impatient.
Yeah, well, he put up that sign in the bathroom that says only employees can use it.
That didn't stop you, though, did it?
No, because I'm a person, and it's just a bathroom. If I use it, I don't think I'm hurting anybody.
Yeah.
That's great. Employees work all day. She's
Sometimes
gonna
I go
drop
in
a
there
retard
and I
lump.
don't have to go to the bathroom just to wash my hands and make them mad. Just to wash my hands. Ah!
How stupid can one person be?
Sometimes I just wash my hands.
Oh, you work hard and that dummy walks in and takes one of her retard dumps. There's gum and pennies in it. Little shards of glass and fur.
Gum and pennies.
That was part of the movie was that she ate everything, which is good for Rosie O'Donnell. But as a kid, they did a lot of flashbacks where they showed her as a little kid, which is great for the kid's image as an actress. You know, you're really good. I think you can play a fat retard. Here you go. You're the fat retarded girl. And she was eating everything. She was outside eating dirt. They had her eating dirt. They had her eating paint. The paint, she's trying to do a little painting, and she was eating the paint. And that's what Rosie grew into, somebody that just...
Oh, my God.
The inside of the toilet looks like Dreyfuss's living room in Close Encounters.
This means something.
I got a big... There's a mountain in my toilet. I don't know. Maybe if I put some lines in the side, it'll ring a bell. Oh. Be realistic, Rick. Be open your eyeballs and you can see that he's a little bit of a jerk. Oh, Shanae, you're growing. Yeah, I'm big as a truck. Oh, sit here. You want to feel him kick?
Pregnant woman.
Hold on. Go ahead. Put your hands on my tummy. He's moving all over the place. Well? Oh, my goodness! Oh, Rick! Rick, you want to touch that?
I'm driving here, Beth.
Yeah. Yeah, I've something to show you. Oh, yeah? What? Look. Oh. These are my niece and my nephew, Alex and Maddie. Adorable. Yeah, I love them so much. I never met them, but my brother said come bring them over, Bobby.
Sure, yeah.
They're cute. They're so cute. Thank you.
Is the pregnant woman patting her own stomach and looking at the retard and then looking up going, please, God, please, please. Hey, Rick, what are you doing? Stop singing that song. It's going to get you fired.
Oh. Wow. Man.
Okay, Jesse, here they are. I like the fishies. What do you like?
This one's soft.
Retarded boyfriend.
Oh, but Jesse, that one's ugly. Nobody wants to sit on that. You know me. I'm fussy. Yeah. We need some help. I'll get it. Can we have assistance, please? In row number 1 for toilet seats? Hello? Toilet seat assistance in row number 1. Thank you. Okay. Who runs this joint anyway? What?
Pee-wee.
She's
yeah,
atrocious.
and Sweet Corn Smile from Syracuse. Rosie sounds like the Saturday Night Live skit Amy Poehler does as the little girl. Yeah.
Rick. Hey, over here.
Oh, she is awful.
Oh, this is great.
It is so bad. It's such a bad... You can't get over the put-on retard that she's doing. This over-the-top bad...
That's what I say.
Oh, it's horrible.
So far, Henry and those other two guys are my favorite characters on television.
Henry. It sounds like the Cookie Monster a little bit, too.
C is for chromosome, which I do not have. Today's show is sponsored by the letter U. Ugh.
All right, I guess this is where the movie gets very dramatic, Anthony. The father has a heart attack.
Hangers are more for just than hanging your clothes. Hangers are used for things other than just hanging your clothes.
Oh,
the father has a heart attack?
Yes, this is where the father dies. I guess they have to call up Rosie, and she runs to the hospital, and it's trying to be a touching scene, and it was nothing but humor. Just funny.
When was the last time she saw her father?
Talked to him all the time on the phone.
But he was much too busy to visit her?
No, I guess he would visit her, too, and give her things. So, I guess they were close.
I tried to reach you at home, but I missed you. You must have already left.
Yeah, well, I was here. Would you like a cookie? It's chocolate flavored, very nutritious.
Eating again.
No, thanks. But, is there someplace we can go?
What for?
Beth, your dad, I'm afraid your father's had a heart attack.
No, baby, trick. Fall.
Beth.
Now.
Beth. Slow down. He's had surgery. I think you might just want to. Oh,
Move!
Beth.
Move!
Excuse me. Sorry. Excuse me. I'm just gonna get past
The running retard
What's wrong?
scene. The panicking
Beth's
retard.
dad is in the hospital. Massive heart attack.
You okay, Beth?
Yeah, time to start the bus. Let's go.
I'm pretty fucking far from okay.
You're going slow, Rick. I'm going to report you.
Beth.
No, Olivia. Everybody has a schedule. I've got a schedule. We're going to Happy Timmy's bus today. That's why it is.
Beth, can I call someone for you?
Rick, you're cute, but your clothes are faded and they're not very nice. If you look at my clothes, they're very bright. I give everybody lots of color.
Oh, where is he?
St. Matthews.
Beth, listen to me.
No.
Your dad's in the hospital.
Yeah. So I have to go to the hospital.
I'll take you there.
Now you're rude.
There's other people on the bus, by the way. And he's just going to, hey, we got to go to the hospital.
That would happen in real life.
Excuse me.
That would happen.
Fired.
Where's your pass, fatso? I don't have it. Then get off.
You would be fired for that.
Of course. You can't take the bus off the route.
All right, now she's visiting her father in the hospital.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no.
Simon,
Where's my daddy? Where's my daddy? Move!
Running through the hall.
He's in a coma. He's unconscious. He won't even know you're here.
Yes, he will, because he's knowing.
I think it's important for Beth to see her dad.
No!
Yes.
I want to see him!
Father's like finally in peace.
I didn't want you
He's
to
just
see him
pretending
this
he
way.
can't hear her?
It would upset you.
Doesn't hurt you. It's me, the sheriff. Dad, can you hear me? Oh, Dad. You're going to take me to Super Safe today. You had to wake up. You had to wake up. It's you, me. Now we make a good team. It's you, me. He's not going to die, is he? Okay.
Please, not so loud.
But he's not going to die, right?
Maybe you'd like to come outside and sit down.
Baby, you should do something. You just stand there. You're doing nothing.
Beth, please, calm down.
It's time we let your dad rest.
No, it's not time. I'm going to stay here. It's not time.
You have to cooperate.
You're not my mother. You're not.
Thank
That's
God.
my daddy.
If I was, I'd have thrown myself down the stairs.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was the heart-tugging scene.
That was the
Rosie crying. Now she's got to move on and get along without her dad to help her.
So,
that's where her sister
I mean, there's a
comes
ton of clips still to go here. Which
Yeah.
ones you want to go to?
in. No. Let me see. They all stink. Birthday party on the bus.
How
I don't
about the
know.
ones where bees sting her fat legs while she rolls around confused in the yard?
It was just such a horrible movie. Like, it's just her walking around pretty much doing what we've already heard.
Yeah.
This bad retard voice put in situations that garner her no sympathy whatsoever from the audience watching. She's just an annoying ugh. And, oh, well, there's the Hallmark retard commercial.
All right.
They were, now, during this whole movie, which was sponsored by Hallmark, 29, sponsored by Hallmark, every commercial break, there were like 2 of these drama commercials. They went on and on forever. And it was supposed to, be feel good. And one was how this little boy comes home from school and his teacher gave him a card because he was good, nice to another student who was like developmentally challenged, I believe. And the mother's very proud of her son for helping. And another one was this woman who's very successful comes back to visit a teacher that taught her, this old man. I guess it looked like he was retiring too. Gives him a card and stuff, and he says, "Wow, you've done very well in life. What are you, a stockbroker or a lawyer?" And she goes, "No, I'm a teacher." And then Bob Kelly bursts into tears. And
What did the card say? Roses are red, violets are blue. Thanks for wrecking our family photographs, you genetic disaster, you.
No, you.
And then there was this one.
All right.
Which was, I guess, this woman. She's in her office. She comes across as a very stuffy, all-business kind of woman. She leaves the office and goes to, I guess it's her brother, her retarded brother's house. Yes, Jimmy?
Oh, no.
I'm just thinking of another card he gives to the retard. It's a picture of a dumpster in the back of a Planned Parenthood, and the card says, "Wish you were here."
Oh, my God.
I'm crying.
Yeah, so she goes over her brother's house, I guess it is, and he's got Down syndrome. But he's very self-sufficient, and she gives him the card. And it's her interacting with her retarded brother.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, Trish. Come on in.
You show me around?
Sure. This is my living room.
Great.
And this is my TV. And down the hall.
It's where I jerk off 23 hours a day.
This is my bedroom.
He talks like Dugout Doug.
And this is my kitchen.
What are you cooking over there?
Oh, I'm making vegetable soup.
Looks good.
Hungry?
I'm always hungry.
Not for your vegetable soup. Sticky, nasty fingers in there.
I know. Oh, vegetable soup. It's a bowl with 3 of his friends in it.
Thanks. Make you look at it. I'm so proud of you.
Reading the card.
I'm proud of you too, Trish.
They had a close-up of his hands as he's opening the card.
Right.
And you would think that they would have told him, hey, clip your nails. He had these Ricky the Intern nails. They're big and pointy, and they were on the ends of fingers that looked like, you ever see a gecko, the lizard? Like they got those fat fingers on those little stubby. That's what it looked like. Like gecko hands.
His hands were
claws.
His hands were all burnt because he wasn't heating up the soup. He was heating up his own hands.
He was stirring it with his hand. I called the carrots Bob. Shut up.
Stupid Hallmark cards.
God, they got cards for everything now. They got cards for retards.
You just learned to wipe your bottom. Happy 35th birthday.
Bingo Pants from whackbag.com. Bingo Pants.
How you doing, guys?
What's up?
Want to see if, since Hallmark produced this thing, do you think they're now going to have a section of cards from retards? Like they can get their own parents and anniversary cards in. See you guys, thanks for not taking a hanger to me.
Yeah.
Punching out, guys.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Too late.
Man, I noticed a couple more clips here that we want to play.
All right, let her rip.
Well, Beth wants to have a baby.
Oh, right.
This might be worth playing.
Yeah. She wanted to have a baby because she's in love with her boyfriend Jesse, the black guy, retarded guy, and they are having sex.
Ugh.
But they had a flashback scene where apparently the sister there and the father were a little leery of this whole thing, so they had her tubes tied, and she couldn't have a baby, and she was very disappointed with that. I guess. Smart parents, though.
Absolutely.
Smart father and sister.
Should have given her a
Sorry, go.
Oh, it's okay. I was just going to say they should have given her a hysterectomy. But I stopped myself short because I didn't have anything else, and I was actually hoping the clip would play. Cause I was like,
Yeah.
And then you stopped it, I'm like,
Could have tagged it with a spade shovel.
There we go.
Oh, Shanae, your baby. Can I hold her?
Oh, Beth, I don't know. It's so strange.
Give the retard the baby.
Are you sad?
10 years since I can't have a baby. That's what I'm thinking.
Are you sorry now that you can't have a baby?
I don't know. I don't know the baby. Maybe that baby would cry all the time. But I would love it. That's the most important thing.
We thought we were doing the right thing.
Now look, how much could you do with this Jesse?
Okay, hold it. Flashback. Flashback with his father asking, how much did you do with this Jessie? Like they're trying to figure if she's sexually active. And if she is, they got to get her tubes tied. And one of the highlights of the movies are later on in this scene, I guess it's in the clip, as they're wheeling her gurney through the hospital. She has a few comments to make.
I also have to know, did the camera pan to her legs and the baby legs, and you couldn't tell which was which?
Big, fat, dimpled knee.
The thing is, you could get pregnant if you're not careful. And everyone knows you're not very careful. I'm sure this Jesse guy is very nice, but do you really want to have a baby?
I might.
Babies are not dolls. They're not puppies or kittens.
Babies get sick. They need constant attention.
How would you manage that, Beth? And you can't even hook your own bra. Do you really want to take that chance? Do you want to have a baby?
Hook my own bra. They make them without hooks.
Can't hook her own bra because she's too fat. Big pig. Has nothing to do with being retarded. Then they show her getting her tubes tied. Do we have that?
I don't know.
What track is that?
I don't think.
You
no.
better have that gurney wheeling down that hallway.
I don't know if we do.
With her comments.
Let me try this. There's a conversation about getting her tubes tied.
All right, let's hear that.
I don't know if this is. I don't.
I'm good with kids. That's why I say, because it's true.
That's right, Beth, and kids love you.
Yes. I can't have any kids.
Beth.
That's true. They had my tubes tied up.
Tied up.
But that's okay, because then I don't have to worry when I'm with Jesse. You know what I mean? Do you like marshmallows?
I love marshmallows.
Me too.
We got something in common.
The kind with the sugar on the top?
I haven't had those.
Yeah, I have them sometimes at holidays. They make them for holidays.
Hi there, Jesse.
Jesse! Jesse! That's a good man! That's my boyfriend, Jesse!
We know, Beth. So shut up.
What'd he say?
So shut up.
We know, Beth, so shut up.
I don't know, Ann. I think that's it.
Oh, they're wheeling her down the hospital hallway on the gurney, all ready to get her tubes tied, and she starts moving around. She goes, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. And she's screaming, I changed my mind. Hey, keep wheeling her right through. This ain't your decision to make, stupid.
That's right. I don't care what the birth certificate says, mind of a 6-year-old.
And they clip her anyway.
All right, then it's Beth and Rachel say goodbye, and then Beth back to riding the bus. So everything's all...
Oh, it ends happy?
All
yeah,
nice
it ends
right?
same way. It ends actually with the clip that we played on Friday.
Oh, okay.
So,
ew.
We're done. Yeah. We're done with this.
There was nothing to this. This was a non-movie. Aside from her walking around sounding like Pee-wee retarded. Oh, imagine her and that black guy just going at it in bed. But you know what? You got to think it's probably pretty cool for them. It's just pure pleasure. There's nothing rattling around in that head to distract you.
That genital mixer probably smells like a Reuben.
Oh, God.
Two unwashed fat dopes.
Oh.
Why don't you lick it? All right, we got to go to the phone real fast. Dee Dee's checking in. Remember Dee Dee from Washington? She does the news for us every once in a while. She was going on a hot date, Anthony, because her parents were in town for 2 weeks, so she couldn't get any action.
Of course.
So she was setting herself up for a nice sex weekend.
Hi.
What's up, Dee Dee?
Hi, Bill.
Didn't that sound like that?
Yeah. I told you I'd call in about my date for the weekend.
Yeah, so set us up. So the parents were in town for 2 weeks, so you
for
can...
2 long weeks.
Were you at least masturbating after they went to bed? Because you're...
No, because I felt weird. They're my parents. They're in the other room. I couldn't even release. It was 2 weeks of not being able to release.
Because you're a horny one. I'm thinking even if your parents are staying with you got to figure out how to take care of yourself for a while there.
They're my parents.
All right, so they're in the
Dad,
other room.
I'm a good Catholic girl, kind of.
Were they banging?
No.
Oh.
I don't even want to know. They're my parents.
All right. Well, so they finally left town.
Yeah, thank God, Thursday.
And you had a hot weekend?
Mm-hmm. It ended about midnight last night.
Oh. When did it start?
What?
When did it start?
Friday.
Started Friday, ended last night.
Yeah.
Wow. Who was tied up?
A little bit of both.
Really?
Yes.
Is this a coworker?
No.
No?
This would be my delivery man.
Jesse?
No, it's Steve.
Wait, you're back to the UPS guy?
Yeah, my UPS Steve.
What's his name?
Steve.
Ooh, okay.
Steve.
I just want to tie you up and spank you. I like to paddle your bottom.
So Steve came over Friday.
Friday evening, yeah.
Friday evening.
Had some dinner, watched a movie, then...
Yeah, what'd you watch?
You were able to eat dinner and watch a movie before getting into some action?
Well, we had a little bit of action, too, beforehand.
Yeah. Did he wear his uniform?
No.
No? Doesn't work weekends, I guess?
No, he's off on the weekend.
Yeah.
All right, well, walk us through this. Come on.
Oh, God. Well, what do you want to know?
Well, you guys did the dinner, and what movie did you watch?
I don't even remember. It was some lame-ass movie on TV.
Oh, my God, you guys were having sex watching the movie, right?
Probably, yeah. On the couch, yeah, sure.
Oh, little on the couch?
Yeah.
Did you tie him up?
Well, not until we got to the bedroom.
So what did you do on the couch?
A little bit of foreplay stuff.
A little cunnilingus?
Oh, my God, I'm not.
Cunnilingus and fellatio?
Did you do a little, you get a little of that cunnilingus? A little fellatio? Lick, lick, lick.
Yeah?
Did you fillet him?
Dip his head down there?
Okay, stop.
Did he put his head down and sound like he was eating a sloppy Joe through a straw?
Oh, my God.
Did you fillet him or what?
I can't. Okay.
With a little...
little bit.
Gave him a little gag?
Yeah, sure. I gave him a little gag.
Does he use little UPS euphemisms when you're having sex? Like when he's going to come, does he say, get ready for Saturday delivery?
Oh, my God, that would be fun. Thank you for that idea, Norton.
Yeah. All right, so you go to the bedroom. Now what?
Well, I tied him up.
You tied him up?
Yeah.
With what?
I have these, little, satin kind of, I don't know what you would call them, ropes, sashes or whatever.
What are they made out of?
Satin?
Yes, they're made out of satin.
Is he tied up?
Satin.
Is he tied up, or can he get out at any given moment?
Well, he didn't, but I guess he could if he really wanted to try.
I don't get that whole tied up thing. Just don't even get it.
I didn't get it until I did it for the first time, and then I got it, and it was like, whoa.
Ooh, I'm tied up. Ooh.
It's a power trip for you.
I don't know what it is and why. I don't like it all the time, but with certain people, it's okay.
So they're made of cloth, these things?
Like out of satin. There's a whole bunch of things you could use.
Wait, what are they made out of?
You like satin.
Oh, okay.
Satin.
I
drive a satin.
A satin?
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 Sorry.
All right.
Guys getting tied up is so ridiculous because it's like, oh, you've tied me up. Gee, don't fuck me. It's like, what? If you tie a girl up, she could play off this fantasy like, I don't want to be fucked, and then all of a sudden you're banging her. But a guy is like, with a huge rod, you're going to be laying there going, oh, please. Oh.
What are you going to do?
Oh, I hate that you've tied me up because now you can fuck me at will and I can't fight you off. What? It's ridiculous.
You ever get tied up and have to hold your own restraints because you can get out?
You slip right out of them.
I'm tied up.
Oh, please don't. Oops. Oh, jeez, it slipped down. Okay, let me.
Please don't use me as a toilet, yeah.
I'm tied up. All right, so he's tied up. Now what?
Okay, do I have to go into all detail?
Yes. Are you naked at this point?
What?
Yeah.
Are you naked?
Well, yeah, we both are.
Are you going down on his rod?
I guess you could say that, yeah.
Did you strap one on, Dee Dee?
What?
Oof. You did?
No.
Come on.
That would be an answer to the tied up thing.
Yeah.
Because that would be like, oh, please don't, don't have sex with me. Don't. Okay, look, we're not fucking around anymore. Put that fucking thing away.
Yeah.
Untie me. Untie me, bitch.
Green.
Green.
I didn't say green all weekend.
No one said green all weekend, huh?
No.
Oh, look at you. All right, so
come on, it was 2 weeks.
So what was the big moment for you? You had him tied up. What do you do to a guy when he's tied up?
Oh, sometimes he likes a little bit of pain. So nipple clamps, whatever.
You do any cockball torture?
No, I don't do that.
That twisting and mutilating?
No, not mutilating. I guess just twisting.
The nipple clamps. Now you're tied up, and you got the big rod happening. Now you got your nipples being
nipple clamp.
That's awful.
Well, some people are, into that.
You smother him at all? Sit on his face?
Say that again,
You
Norton?
smother him at all? Sit on his face?
No.
What do you do? Just put nipple clamps on him and go, huh?
Hey, how about that? Look at you now.
Look what I do now.
Look what I do to you now.
All right, so you got the nipple clamps on, then what?
That's what makes any of this ridiculous.
Yeah,
because now you're sitting there like, yeah, you got me. I got the nipple clamps. And you got to think the guy's just going, when are we just going to fuck?
We all do silly stuff in bed, and you're just, I don't know.
When are we going to have sex?
You're so close the whole time, just bursting out laughing.
Yeah,
because
the whole act is ridiculous.
Because now you're tied up his arms and his legs. He's got the rod and he's got the nipple clamps on. I'm laughing at this point if it's me. I'm laughing. I'm like, what are you doing?
You're like, this is silly.
This is really silly. So what do you do next?
You just kind of pull on the nipple clamps.
Taser his yam bag.
And what does he do? Scream for more, or does he have to? What? What's
Sometimes he'll scream for more. Yeah.
And what are you saying? You're a bad boy.
Yeah.
I'm
going to fuck the FedEx guy.
Yeah, there's a 5-car pileup on the LIE.
Ow. That one sounded like it hurt. So what do you do? So do you have a feather, too, or something?
Actually, I do. And then I also have, like, a few whips.
You got a riding crop?
Are you cropping across his belly or something?
You know what? Next time you're in town, I'll just bring the equipment in and you can look at it.
Good idea.
Hey, do you smack his penis with the riding crop a little?
A little bit, yeah.
Like,
See, you've done this before, haven't you, Norton?
No, I'm just very familiar with it. I'm not really a submissive, to be honest.
You're dominant?
I don't know what I am. I just don't want to be tied up.
You're a pervert.
Yeah, I'm just filthy.
John wants to know if you used the ball gag on him.
No.
Like the gimp?
No? Okay.
No.
So, all right, he's got the nipple clamps, you got the feather, you're pulling on the nipple clamps a little bit. What else?
Yeah, just a little bit of, like, you just talk kind of rough.
Like, what do you say?
Invited Zed over to fuck him in the ass?
Yeah, give us some of the dialogue.
I can't.
Give us some of the Dee Dee dialogue. Here I am. I'm tied up. Ooh, I can't move, Dee Dee. Ow! Oh, those clips hurt. Now what do you do?
Come on, Dee Dee.
Come on.
I'll just tell him to shut his whining. Shut your fucking whining.
Whoa.
And then what do you do?
I can't do it.
Stop whining.
Yeah, what do you do now?
Whining.
Because I'm still whining. I'm ooh.
I can't.
How do you say stop your whining?
I say stop your fucking whining.
Stop whining.
Really?
Stop whining.
Shut
up! Shut up! Stop it!
And then he gets fake scared, right?
Well, he acts like he's really scared.
Quiet.
You think he's faking it?
And then that gives you a little power, right? And it gets you even more moist.
Now we're having fun.
Oh, my God.
Stop whining.
And then do you climb aboard?
I guess you could say that, yeah.
Climb aboard.
All aboard! All aboard, everybody! All aboard!
And then eventually you let him go and he just has his way with you, right?
Hello? Uh-oh. Did the phones crap out again? Danny?
What happened?
Sit down, Danny.
She would never hang up.
No, the
her
whole,
line
the
cut
whole
off.
phone line went click. Everything just... Something's wrong with the phones today. They keep petering out.
What's Danny
Or
doing
they
in
keep
there?
Dannying out. What are you doing in there, Danny?
All right,
He's looking through... He's looking into a notebook or something.
Oh my God, this is gonna be
What does that thing do?
This is gonna be a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Want to know what she does? You think she does that? Just climbs on board? There's got to be a point where the guy is like, enough of this.
That's what I mean. And
enough.
Then if she's reading the guy, then all of a sudden she lets him go, and then he's so crazy, he just has his way with her.
Yeah.
And that's the turn on it.
No
That's what I'm
one's-
thinking.
You'd be surprised. A lot of these submissives, and I don't understand fetish without sex. I have to get off. But a lot of guys, man, they don't need to whack their bags. I've talked to Doms. They said that the guy won't even whack his bag. He thinks it's disrespectful. A lot of guys
Really?
just want the fetish. They want the beating or the showers, and they don't want to actually to get off.
It's insanity.
It's crazy.
It's
crazy. It's nuts.
I don't get it.
It's
It's
insane.
I don't get it.
No.
All right, well,
frankly,
if
I
Dee Dee-
don't get
If
the
Dee Dee
whole
calls
tied
back, we'll
up.
find out how it ended, okay?
I don't get that. The handcuffs. It's like, ooh, they got handcuffs. Look out.
Well, they can tease you. That's what they do. Like, they'll probably get you closer, tease you a little bit, make you want it, and then you have no
Teasing
control.
has been the whole time leading up to the point where you're in the bedroom.
Have you ever used?
That's the teasing.
Have you ever used the candy panties?
Candy panties.
They're like cherry flavored, and they make the girl look like she's wearing a diaper.
And it's a bit nasty. Like, they're never tight or sexy because they're made for fat people, too. It's like one size fruit roll-up panty fits all.
By the time you tie him on her, she's so worked up, the whole damn thing's melting all over the place.
Smells bad.
It's
They gotta make
awful.
those things taste like rye and mayo.
They just look ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I want, a fruit roll-up with pubes in it.
Right.
Let me eat. Edible.
They just look ridiculous. All right, well.
Rotten fly strip.
We're waiting for Dee Dee to call back. I don't think she's going to call back. I think she's got traffic to do.
I have traffic to do.
That could be her right now.
Yeah?
All
Good
right.
call, Hawk.
Well, you're on the ball today, Eric.
I'll say.
You weren't looking.
This kid's good.
Maybe he's calling her.
Did she put a block of wood next to his ankles and smash it with a sledgehammer? There you go.
Or if you're true to the book, in the book she didn't hit him with a sledgehammer.
Yeah, I know this. Go.
She chops his foot off with a hatchet in Misery and then blowtorches the wound so it can't bleed.
That's fantastic.
Stephen King has genius.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, and if they did that in the movie, they can't have the cute ending where he's walking around New York as a successful author again.
Yeah, he was kind of limpy. That's about it.
All right, we can't get Dee Dee, I guess.
Shoot!
We're going to have to blow that off. Yeah, that's what the beauty of the show, though. There's all sorts of storylines, zinging all over the place. And eventually we'll get to the end of that storyline, okay?
Right.
When we get back, finally, I apologize to Andy Gore. He's been waiting out there with two very, very fine women.
Yeah.
Andy Gore's in town to take back the pickled punk, Anthony.
Thank goodness.
So we're going to do that. We also have the Laura Bush stand-up stuff.
She's a wild one. Pretty funny, making fun of her hubby, the president.
She's a card.
Jimmy gives her a thumb up?
Yeah, there's one line, and she had that one line, George owes me money for the budget, and he's dodging me.
We got lots more show to do, so quick break and we'll continue.
State of the Union. Gas prices going up again. The Opie and Anthony Show on XM. Poop goes the weasel. Ramon, give me your sleeve.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double time.
All right, we got lots to do still. Let's get Andy Gore in here as we go back to the phone and talk to Dee Dee. Dee Dee's back, everyone. All right, Dee Dee.
Hey, I only have like a few seconds.
You left us with a cliffhanger, so what happens? You're teasing him. You got the feather. He's got the nipple clamps. He's tied up. Then what happens at the end?
Oh, what do you think happens? Use your imagination.
But do you let him go and then he has his way with you, or do you just ride him that way?
For a while, yeah, sure. I do that. I can't.
Then you untie him, and are you then a little submissive?
Yeah, and then I'm the submissive one.
You're on the
A
bottom?
little bit of role playing.
Bottom, top, or both? What do you like?
A little bit of both.
Yeah?
Yes.
Did he spank you?
Of course he did.
All right, this is the fast round. Come on, guys. She only has like 30
Okay,
seconds.
you know what I'll do?
How many times did you have? How many times did you come?
Let's just say we were both very happy numerous times.
Numerous times. Okay.
Come on, I had my whole weekend here.
What does he say to you when he's spanking you?
Yeah, what does he say to you when he spanks you? You bad girl, you.
Yeah, you like that.
You like
he
that.
uses the F word a lot.
You tell me about all the cock you suck when I'm not here. You bad girl.
Ooh, hold on, keep talking, Opie.
Yeah, Opie.
Yeah.
You'd be good at that.
You go pass out and marry some English counterfeiter. Yeah, you bad girl.
Actually, never mind. That counterfeiter is an asshole.
Well, what else? Come on, Dee Dee.
What's he say to you, sweetie?
Yeah, what does he say to you?
He might be listening.
Good.
This is going to hurt me more than it hurts you.
Yeah. I told you to do better in your studies.
Yeah, do you role play? Do you make believe you're a little girl or anything like that with him?
Sometimes I'm a little girl, yeah.
Well, with the voice, you know, you
How
gotta
old?
figure he
Yeah,
likes
the voice.
Yeah. How old?
High school, college.
Yuck, what a rookie.
college.
Can you play one?
You want me to be a little girl?
And all right, so you're like a high school girl or a college girl, and what is he?
Okay, he likes me to say, I've been bad, Daddy.
Oh, I knew we'd get to that.
Well,
okay, I gotta go.
how do you say it, Dee Dee? You don't say it. How do you say it?
I've been bad, Daddy. I can't.
Jesus.
I got it out. You got me to say that much.
So he spanks you and you say, I've been bad, Daddy?
I've been very bad, Daddy.
And then you look down and he's throbbing at that point. Right.
but I don't
She
snort.
can barely
don't
get
worry.
Daddy out before he just goes, oh.
So when he spanks you, do you say, like, I've been bad, Daddy, I'm the sheriff?
Okay, you know what? Next time when you guys are in town, I will bring some stuff in.
I've been bad, Daddy, huh?
I've been bad, very bad.
Like what? What have you done?
Yeah,
I just say it.
No. And then he goes, well, why are you bad?
You know, I have to go do
Daughter?
a report.
Yeah.
I have to go do a report.
Whenever you're having age play, you tell her that she's your special girl.
What?
You're my special girl. That's what you do when you're having daddy-daughter age play.
Ooh, really, Jimmy?
Yeah.
You
My
know that?
special girl, sure.
Special. You're my special girl.
That's right.
Could you put on a little pink Kango hat? Go missing?
I have to go do a report.
No?
All right, Dee Dee. Dee Dee's got to do some traffic, everyone.
Sorry.
Oh,
All
that was
right,
so
Dee Dee.
uncalled for.
It's so uncalled
And go
for.
missing.
Oh, yeah, I've been getting emails from some of your listeners.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Yeah, they're a cordial bunch.
And?
Oh, they just want to know if I snort while I have an orgasm.
Oh.
Yeah, do you?
No.
No? Maybe if he cracks a joke in the middle of it, you'll...
So Daddy spanks you, does he?
Yes, he does.
Been bad.
Does he put it in while he spanks you?
Well, what do you think? Yes.
I don't know. It depends. A lot of people would separate those things.
And then you start yelling that you're going to be good from now on? That type of thing?
Yeah. I got to go.
No, you don't.
No.
Yeah, I do. I have to go do Chicago, Dallas, and Minnie.
Yeah.
Tell them you've been bad, too. I've been bad, Minneapolis.
Yeah, you should shock the hell out of the people that are stupid enough to listen to those dumb traffic stations.
Traffic is so
It's
bad.
not
Right.
dumb.
That's you want an audience on the traffic stations. Ant's onto something.
Traffic's naughty. It's so bad.
Traffic is bad, Daddy.
Traffic is
Yeah.
bad.
It's all backed up.
Yeah. Don't go through that tunnel. It's wet and slippery.
Oh, my God.
No?
All right. Well, you guys have a good day.
All right.
I'm going to go
You
do
too.
traffic.
All right, she's going to do traffic,
Bye,
everyone.
Dee Dee.
But next time you're in town, I'll bring some stuff in.
Yeah, bring your
Okay,
toys.
Give me notice.
Dee Dee, you've been so bad.
I've been very bad.
Very.
Very bad. Very bad.
Satin.
I've been very bad with satin.
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 Thank you, perfect diction. Go do traffic.
Hey, Norton. Okay, bye.
Satin.
There's so much more to her.
Yeah, she's a filthy girl.
We're just
Dirty.
scratching the surface there.
She
Old
is
friend in
dirty.
studio, guys. Andy Gore, I'm sorry to make you
yeah.
wait, Andy.
Hey, no problem.
We haven't even really taken any breaks today on this show. It's very strange. We've only taken 2 breaks for some reason. Just nonstop banter.
Banter.
Goofy banter.
Good fun banter.
You're in town for something?
Yeah,
Probably,
I just
right?
got done doing the Chiller Theater.
Yes.
Or TV Expo.
Who was there? I love hearing the list of celebrities that show up.
The regulars. Lou Ferrigno was
Lou
there.
Ferrigno.
The Incredible Hulk.
Of course.
Stepped on my toe.
Did he?
Yeah, by accident.
Probably hurt.
Make a good story, though.
You yelled ow and you didn't hear it?
Didn't hear, huh? Wow.
He blew off our show. We were supposed to interview him.
Yeah, from New Orleans, I think.
We have a brilliant booker that's helping out this program. They book an interview with Lou Ferrigno while we're at Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
The loudest place on earth. We can't even hear ourselves think, and we're gonna interview a guy that has problems hearing.
That's Steph. Yeah.
So
He never called, so
No,
we
he
never
blew
had
us
to
off.
go through that hell. Who else is over there?
They had
Linda Blair?
Nah, she
Usually
wasn't
shows
there
up,
this
no?
time. Nah, they had Tanya Harding was there.
Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding was there. Yeah,
For what?
she's basically I think just brought her in as like an oddity.
Yeah, most of it is like
Yeah.
for horror movie stuff.
Yeah,
and things,
you know,
but they bring in these.
They bring in like some fringe actors from like Conrad Brooks from Plan 9, this obscure little film from the
Yeah.
50s, and
Of course.
he's milking his 9 lines.
Yeah, they get like women. I saw a couple of women that were in, like, as a peripheral character in a Twilight Zone episode, and they show up and they're signing things. And
What horror film has Tanya Harding done besides Jeff Gillooly chasing her with that monster cock?
Those cone titties.
She ballooned
Yeah.
up. She's getting a little big, huh?
I didn't even get to see her. I was so busy up in the booth.
Yeah.
I didn't get down.
She's doing some of that boxing now.
But she
good
was
luck.
there, I guess, signing.
people are gonna smack you in the head Okay.
Just trying to get the last bit of goodness.
Yeah, everyone knows that you're trying to get the last bit of goodness. I read it on instant feedback every time you eat.
Oh,
knock it off.
But when you guys eat, it's not a problem.
There you go.
Jim starts every show with a mouthful of food.
I can't help it. I'm hungry, and I get nervous.
I get scared. God damn it, you're gonna...
You never travel alone. That's why I like you.
No.
Yes, now, who are the lovely ladies?
Lovely
I
ladies.
recognize one girl from last time.
This is Katie Ketchup.
Hello, Katie.
Katie Ketchup. She has a ketchup fetish.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, she's all about her ketchup.
Look, she's got ketchup
Hold
tattoos.
on. Andy, we love you,
That's
but
pretty cool,
give her a mic.
You got to step up to a
She's
mic.
got I mean, her name's Katie Ketchup, and she has a ketchup fetish. I'm like, whatever. But then she shows us she's got a lot of work on her arms, tattoos and stuff, and she's got a tattoo of a ketchup bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put ketchup on almost everything, and so I got a ketchup bottle right there, and it has the rays like that are around the Virgin of Guadalupe.
Right. So that is like your Virgin of Guadalupe.
Yeah, it's my sacred bottle of ketchup.
You're an odd bird.
That is
Thank
something.
you.
What?
You're
is
way
there-
too hot to have a ketchup fetish.
I like that.
Is there anything you wouldn't put ketchup on?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
penis.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Ice cream.
Yeah.
What would you think is the oddest thing you've put ketchup on?
Chicken.
Chicken.
That's not that crazy,
It's almost
though.
like a barbecue sauce
Yeah.
type thing, but it's not normal. Yeah, most people wouldn't do that.
Macaroni and cheese.
It's not
Mac
a
and
sexual
cheese.
fetish. It's just like an obsession.
It's an obsession.
It's an obsession. Like somebody went out and got her a hamburger the other day and came back and she was like, "Did you get ketchup?" And they had like six little things of it. She was like, "That's not enough," and she like ran downstairs to the restaurant and got like a tub of it. And
Like
it was-
you
it was
really
like
drench it in ketchup?
I mean, it was like a big.
Why ketchup?
It's almost like an OCD
I
like
just I
tweet.
liked it ever since.
I mean, we
was
all
little
love
kid.
ketchup.
I do. I'll say it.
Yeah, sure. So if you have a burger, how many of those little packets do you need?
Depends on the size of the burger, but usually I need at least 6.
6?
Mhm.
Just so it's running out the sides and
6
everything.
isn't a lot.
Well, I put it in a pile and then I dip the
I
burger
dip.
in because I don't
Oh,
like it.
I'm
getting
all
over
about
my
the
clothes.
dip.
Right.
Because it
I got
starts crawling down your arms and stuff.
Yeah,
moving
that
down your
makes
arms.
perfect
soggy
sense.
food.
I'm a dipper with my
Me
burgers
too.
now.
After 2 bites, your arm looks like the inside of a boat in Modesto.
Yes, it does.
Ketchup fetish. I never heard of that before.
Total ketchup freak. It's awesome.
That's
To the
something.
point she's got the tattoo.
That's a commitment to ketchup.
Yep.
Once you start tattooing yourself with them.
And there's another lovely gal over there who I didn't meet last time.
No, she's
Not
a
that I'm
new
hitting
girl.
on her, of course.
Oh no.
Unless she's got low self-esteem, then I am.
No, come on up. This is Jungle Jim Kim. She works for me. She's one of the
And
new
she
girls.
loves mustard.
Yes, she does.
Wouldn't that be a weird little twist in this whole thing?
Right. They can battle it out.
How do you feel about mustard?
How do I feel about mustard?
Yeah.
No.
Me?
Yeah.
I like it sometimes.
Yeah?
Mhm.
But not like ketchup.
Nah, just a little bit here and there.
All right. Mayonnaise?
I don't really care for mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Barbecue sauce?
Yes, I like barbecue
Yeah, it's
sauce.
close to ketchup, right?
Close to
I hear you.
You like tomatoes?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's a whole tomato.
Green
thing.
ketchup?
No.
That's odd.
Purple?
No.
What's your favorite ketchup? I'm a big Heinz 57. I'm not a big fan of Hunt's.
I like Heinz.
I would think if she tattooed Heinz on
Oh, I
her.
didn't notice.
Yeah.
I don't like the Hunt's. It annoys me. Doesn't taste like good ketchup.
I
That's
know.
just
Trying
me.
to
Heinz
sound
is the
like
best.
Heinz.
What's that?
Hunt's was like trying to sound like Heinz, I think.
Yeah.
Like, get me some Heinz ketchup. Oh, I think you said Hunt's.
Hunt's.
You're such a hunt.
Very good.
I don't gag.
And, well, we haven't met you.
Yeah,
Wait, miss, don't be shy.
Jungle Jim Kim.
Hi, Jungle Jim.
Jungle
Jim Kim.
Ooh,
I met this lovely young girl at a horror convention.
Horror, right?
Horror.
Horror.
You got my hopes up there.
Yeah, I know. In Baltimore. Yeah, about
Baltimore?
3 years ago. Baltimore.
Balmer, hun.
And I was just like,
Andy, you
wanted
got,
to screw her. So no.
Wow.
Yeah, I just thought she was really cute, and I talked to her. And
dude, you got some hot women that travel
Damn.
around.
they just come.
How tall are you?
How tall am I? I don't know, 5'6", 5'7".
5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
Brown hair.
Very sexy.
Very sexy.
A lovely
Oh,
gal.
thank you.
I think Andy Gore has a huge hog. This is really bugging me.
You think he keeps you in a jar of formaldehyde?
Yes, I do.
Next to his bed.
Do you get to have sex with these ladies? Andy?
No. I keep it on a professional level.
There you go.
That's gotta be tough, right?
Yeah.
It's
It's difficult, but the problems with these girls is that they're smart. And they're really good workers. And they work their ass off.
Then we better not talk to them anymore because we have really bad interviews with intelligent women.
Fold up.
Yeah. I mean, they're good workers.
They must really draw in the people to the booth.
They draw in the people. They don't slack. I mean, I don't drive because I'm a fucking gimp, and they do all the driving and just work, 15-hour days with me and dress up and wear high heels and kill their feet all day long.
Yeah, very sexy outfits.
Yeah, and it's just, they're just a whole part of the show, of my show.
We'll get some images up on opieandanthony.com for later today.
Yeah.
So, Andy, what else is going on with you?
Nothing, just did that, Chiller Theater show where I set up, the Satan Sideshow and sold a bunch of, crap I made. And
you're okay with being away from home?
Yeah, well, this is my job, basically. I'm touring, basically. That's what I look at it when I go to your shows.
Right on.
So it doesn't freak you out or nothing?
Nah. It's kind of it's a pain in the ass and hotel beds and fucking...
Yeah, for the new listeners, Andy's got some serious OCD issues as well.
Way OCD.
Hey, do you get one room together?
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you get to see them walking around after they get out of the shower and stuff?
Yeah.
Little peek here and there.
A little peek.
Oops, I didn't know you were still in there.
A little peek.
Good life.
Huh?
That's a great life.
I'm chasing them around.
Your girls catch them jacking a little bit maybe in the night. You hear...
The special ones will get the naked dance. They will get the Andy Gordon naked dance.
Really?
Which is frightening with my Auschwitz chic physique.
You do the naked dance for them?
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have not seen the naked dance yet, but
No,
apparently I'm going to be seeing that soon.
She needs to earn the naked dance.
Ketchup Lady, what's the naked dance all about?
It's skinny and scary and...
Does he have a big hog?
It's huge.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
Is it really?
It's massive.
I was right.
Does he flap it around when he dances?
No, it's like a third leg.
Does he tuck it and go, oh?
Would you?
I come out doing the mangina and then just let it pop out like a turtle head.
There you
man.
go.
Awesome.
Turn around and show the fruit bowl.
Yeah.
We got Adam from PA on the line. He's got a good question. Adam, go ahead.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, I wanted to ask Katie, have you ever put ketchup on a hot dog and have it scream at you?
Have you ever put ketchup on a hot dog and have it scream at you? The hot dog. They'll tend to do that if you're maybe taking acid or it's 1967.
Nah, everything's been cool so
Yeah,
far.
cool. Yeah, maybe you have to put some relish and mustard on it. Ugh, that woman. We got to play that one of these days.
Yeah, we can play that
the last
again.
time we played that.
I love that thing. All right, so you brought some stuff, Andy? I know you brought something that was creeping some of the guys out.
Oh, he's having headphone problems.
Uh-oh.
Maybe the naked dance.
All right, calm down.
Okay. The beauty of these girls, too, is if, one happens to get pregnant, you can just point at the jar and go, well,
Hey, another exhibit.
Yeah, I keep a baseball bat around.
Wow.
Every girl he gets pregnant, his inventory goes up.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's an abortion. We can write that off.
I just want some stuff to give to Jim.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. It's
Yeah,
a
little
You gave me that one already.
I don't know.
Yeah,
really?
a couple years ago.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait, it's
repeating myself.
Wait, explain it, Andy. It's the radio.
It's
a pillow.
It's a pillow, 2-foot tall pillow of a gentleman with elephantiasis of the balls.
He looks like he's what is it called? A hoppity hop or a hippity hop?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Whatever they're called.
It looks like
he's sitting on one of those. Yes.
Yeah, like a producer for the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
But upside down.
Where did his schlong go?
What happens is all this is lymph. It's the clear stuff in your blood. And it inflames the scrotum and the penis recedes up into it.
And it could stretch out that big?
It could stretch out that big, yeah.
It's as big as one of those workout balls you see.
Yeah, it's huge.
Stuff.
Yeah,
sitting on it.
It's a parasite that crawls in their ween when they're in the tropics.
I'm getting that horrible tingly feeling down there.
The blood all rushes to it.
Yeah.
No, wrong
not that one.
We'll put that in our office.
Oh, that'd be totally.
Yeah.
It's called the layback on the sack.
All right,
layback on the
very
sack.
good.
I don't know what
That's
else.
nice.
Oh yeah,
We got something.
this is what Katie wants to give Norton.
What is it?
It's from Kim and I.
Ooh, from the girls.
From the girls.
Nice.
It's what I just made to go with his.
It's a coffee mug?
Ooh.
How beautiful is that?
Who is it?
Ed Gain.
My first
Ed Gain, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He's a good one.
It has a picture of him in his red hat, which I love the color in the red hat, and it's got a beautiful upside down nude torso, which is sliced from crotch to back, and the little head seems to be missing.
Oh, turn that around. Let me see.
Look at that.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Wow, that is really sick.
There was an interview I read about Ed Gein, and they asked him, what do you think when you see a pretty girl? I think it was Ed Gein, and he said, I wonder what it would be like to go on a date with them. And they said, well, what else do you think? He goes, wonder what their head would look like on a stick. That was the process of what he thought.
That's it. Go on a date, head on a stick.
You got to respect that.
You got to.
This is fantastic. Thank you. I love
Yeah,
it.
Wow,
yeah,
nice.
sure.
Beautiful. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so I've just been keeping busy making a bunch of new stuff.
Are you taking back my pickled punk, please?
Yeah, that is pretty
Okay,
much.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, we love having you on and stuff, and obviously you're here for the duration, I guess. But there is some business we must
There is
tend
some
to
business.
here. You had given Opie a pickled punk a couple of years back.
Genuine Carnival pickled punk.
Yeah.
How old was that thing? We were trying to figure it out.
We were trying, probably from like 50s or 60s. It came out of Captain Harvey Boswell's Palace of Wonders.
What happened to Captain Harvey?
Captain Harvey recently, probably died about 3 or 4 years ago, and I obtained his collection.
You obtained the collection.
Yes.
And then Opie was fascinated with these
Did he
things.
live a good life, and was he old and stuff, hopefully?
He was old and cranky.
All right, good.
You know, just old carny. And I got lucky and ended up getting the bulk of his collection.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and
Opie got this pickled punk, and I don't know. It's a bad vibe around it. This thing has this negative vibe. We really don't like it.
Yeah, where is it?
Scary.
Please.
Yeah. And we figured the only...
I'm not touching it.
The only way...
I already gave up on it.
The only way we can cleanse ourselves of this is to just give it back to the person who it came from.
Don't drop it.
Don't unwrap it.
Oh, let me see the little fella.
Oof. Is it like you're seeing somebody after a long time, an old friend?
Oh, it's just a baby.
Oh, this thing. Oh,
look at that.
The hot chicks love the pickled punk.
Honestly, I forgot how good that one was.
It's a really nice one.
With
I
the
gotta
missing
admit.
foot, too.
There's a missing foot?
I think one of the feet is missing.
Ooh. Perhaps he's a novelist that went driving
like
around.
a contortionist in that little jar.
Here, Andy.
Feetless.
I'm officially handing it back.
Here it is.
And Katie takes it.
Uh-oh. I think... No, give it back to Opie. You have to hand it directly to... What are you doing, Opie?
I believe... I'm with Anthony.
You have to hand it directly back to Andy.
First, you got to take a sip out of there.
Shots.
Here you go, Andy.
There it is.
All right,
That's the transfer.
All right. There you go.
There it is.
With no ritual or any of that crap.
Returned.
People suggested.
The pickled punk is now back where it belongs. He will rejoin his friends at Andy's.
Yes, he will be with all of his other pickled... That's a good one. Brothers and sisters.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
The jar has been
opened,
opened,
and
someone did tap the top of his head.
I did hear that, and whoever did that, that's amazing.
It is amazing. Amazingly sick. Lunatic.
Look at that. That's awesome. Anyway, I'm fascinated by
He's
these
digging
things.
it. See, now it's appreciated. Now it feels appreciated again.
I sleep around like 30 of these things.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw your place,
but,
man.
But the big ones.
display and the lights and the fish tanks and the diapers. It's all amazing, Andy. I got to tell you.
I mean, next time you guys are in town in D.C., I mean, D.C. sucks, but whenever you're back there, you guys got to come
You guys
by.
really have to go by.
I would like to see it.
You got to go
Yeah.
by his apartment. It'll be the whole show the next morning. There's so much going on in his apartment.
Well, that's good. Then
And there's
I'll
a lot
come in
more
and you
since
guys
you-
can tell me how it was.
You got to go,
Come on,
Good.
Anthony. I want you to come over.
You wouldn't go at all?
No, I don't
The
think I will.
Siamese twins in a fish tank with diapers on them?
You tell me about it.
With the cleft lip.
The cleft lip,
I'll see
Lion
some
Boy. You get to see Lion Boy.
Waterhead
pictures.
seal boy.
Seal Boy.
Waterhead Seal Boy, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it has this worm body with like little flippers and like an alien head, and it was autopsied on the back of his head with like these big Frankenstein stitches. I mean, it looks like an alien.
Wow.
And it's in this old medical jar with
old locks and
with
stuff.
old locks that the carnies would lock it down so
Old locks
nobody
and-
would steal it.
Yeah, and chains.
It's just vintage and it's pure carnival stuff. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And this guy, man, he knows how to do it right. He's got the whole display of pickle punks. It starts off all nice and normal. and then the grand finale, and he has like drapes or whatever on each tank.
Yeah,
That covers up, and then he does the big reveal, and here's this one. You're like, ooh, and by the end you're just horrified. They get just scarier and scarier.
Yeah.
And he has the lights, coming up from the bottom of some of the tanks.
Good presentation.
Oh yeah, so the lights are reflecting all over the place, making it look even
you guys
creepier.
have fun. You tell me about it.
You should come.
I'll snap some pictures.
No,
I'll take a look-see.
Don't you have another pickled punk here today?
Yeah, well, I brought one to give you.
No.
This one.
Oh my God!
This one was made.
Is that? I hope that's in a jar of honey, man.
This is what's known. It's not a bouncer. Is a pickle punk that's made of rubber. That's what a lot of the older carnivals, because they couldn't get the real ones, so they would just make casts off the real ones.
Yeah.
So it's not a bouncer. It's a pseudo bouncer. It's made of resins. It was made by a friend of mine who used to work for a very famous toy company who just quit.
So that is not real.
No, this is not real, and I'll eventually be there in beginning of production right now. I just have to get better jars for them and make a banner line.
What was used as a mold?
It was just sculpted. It was sculpted from photographs.
The Peterson boy.
Looks like Rosie O'Donnell from the leg.
Yeah, nice. So if you can deal with this one,
well, I don't know.
Oh, is that going to give you?
Let me see this.
No,
thing.
if it's fake, even I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah, it's resin.
As long as it's fake, don't open it.
What if he's just saying it's fake?
You can't open it.
What is it in? What kind of liquid?
I just think it's in. What did he put? I think he put in some kind of pickle juice and water, but he didn't use distilled water, so it smells really bad. And
let me take a look. See.
All right.
I mean, if you shake it, you can hear clunk.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, you can tell it's not real.
How can you tell?
Because it looks like it's modeled.
You're not tricking us, are you, Andy?
No, I wouldn't do that.
All right.
It looks sculpted. You could tell.
Does it?
Yeah.
Let me take a look.
Take a look.
I don't want to touch the jar.
I don't want to touch the jar either.
No, I mean,
Oh, Jesus Christ, Opie rolls the jar. Look, you could tell.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, if you just compared the two.
Turn it around, you could tell. That's fetus ass, isn't I've seen my share of fetus ass, and
some hot fetus
that ain't it.
Well, what we'll do is we'll keep that one.
Yeah, you can deal with that one.
It's like having an action figure around.
That's all it is. I figure.
All it is. That's fine.
All right. Andy, hang out. We just got to get through a couple other things.
I got a tinkalope.
You really do, huh?
Again?
Dude, I pee a lot. I get scared.
You're scared. You're nervous.
All right. You know what? Just really fast. Listen to this.
Coming up at 10.
You think Homer Bush is funny? Well, wait till you see how Laura Bush had all of Washington in stitches.
And keep that umbrella handy. The forecast at 10.
He said Homer Bush?
Wait a minute.
Did he mean Laura Bush? Is that what happened?
No. He was saying Homer Simpson. Homer.
Oh, you think Homer Simpson is funny? Wait till you see.
Douchebag.
I got to hear that again.
This is the Fox 5 News.
What an idiot.
And they're on after The Simpsons, later on the night.
Who's Homer Bush?
Homer Bush.
So
why don't you do it, Billy?
So he was. So obviously the news people, you got to think they're watching The Simpsons. They've got time to kill.
Yep.
So he's got that on his mind, and he's supposed to say Homer Simpson. If you think Homer Simpson's funny, wait till you hear what Laura Bush has to say. But he screwed it all up.
Coming up at 10.
You think Homer Bush is funny? Well, wait till you see how Laura Bush had all of Washington in stitches.
And keep that umbrella handy. The forecast at 10.
Homer Bush.
That guy's
the president.
That guy is the biggest hack, by the way, in New York news.
Who was he?
He was the guy that stood outside for hours upon hours and interviewed us after we did the Sex for Sam thing, and we got fired, and we were leaving the office finally.
Yeah.
And I said something like, "We'll be back," and then he made a huge story about it on his newscast, saying that got an exclusive interview with Opie from the Opie and Anthony show. That
we'll be back.
Fucked up. That's all he said. Because he goes, "Do you have a comment?" I'm like, "We'll be back."
Good comment, Opie. 2 years later,
we'll
be back.
He's a hack. He's a big time hack. And really fast, want to play this before we go to break.
Krusty, what's your lighthearted take on our recent bad weather?
Sorry, Kent. I sold all my bad weather jokes to Jay Moore. But I can make funny sounds in your microphone.
Fine. There you have it.
That was a clip from the Robert Kelly CD.
That's great. Look at Jay Moore.
A lot of people have joked over the years that Jay takes and steals jokes and buys jokes and all that, and it made The Simpsons.
That's very funny.
Kind of neat, right? All right, when we get back, we'll play the Laura Bush stuff, so Jimmy could take a quick leak.
I will take a look.
All right, and Andy Gore's in studio. Anything else you got, Andy?
Yeah, I got a few other things. Just give Norton some shirts, some...
Fantastic shirts, by the way. It says, "My daddy touches me," and in parentheses, "but don't tell mommy."
And it's in a beautiful Walt Disney typeface.
Oh, let me see.
Look at that.
Yeah, it is. It's like that whole Disney font.
And then also give him a youth size, just in case.
Put one on the little kids.
Now, Andy,
fellas.
they're cute shirts and all, but do people actually walk around wearing them, you think? You've seen them?
I'd walk around with that.
I'd like to see that.
Oh, my God. Make sure she, puts the shirt on. We get a picture of that for FoundryMusic.com and OpiateAnthony.com.
Would you? I have one of the most offensive shirts ever on my desk. I can't even say it. Can't even bring it home or nothing.
What's it say?
Someone sent it in?
Could you go grab it?
Go grab it, Hawk.
It's, someone sent it to me. I think it's from T-Shirt Hell. They put out T-shirts. You ever see that site?
Yeah.
And there it is.
Wow.
That is a classic. That is a classic.
It's a picture of Adolf Hitler.
Look, you're a reporter now, man.
I know. I'm just commenting what
this is what someone sent us.
It's a T-shirt, picture of Adolf Hitler, and in big letters it says, "Love him or hate him, Hitler killed a ton of Jews."
Who would walk around with that?
Who actually would walk around wearing that shirt? I got it in the mail here at the studio. It has not left the studio. I don't even want to throw it away because if someone goes through the garbage and sees that, I'm going to have to burn it.
I made one Hitler shirt in my day. It was Hitler, like a picture of him, and he had a milk mustache, and it said "Haben Milch" at the bottom, which has got milk.
Of course.
And I just thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, it just causes too much of an uproar.
Go figure.
It's just
That's
poking
the whole
a little
Hitler thing.
Just poking a little fun,
Strikes a nerve.
It's
when you wipe out half of Europe, they tend to get sensitive.
But
a little touchy.
It's a little parody, And
all right. Why don't we? You need
Hey,
a
thanks for my smoothie there, Travis. Thanks for asking.
The boss wanted a smoothie.
That was a good one.
Smoothie? I'm sorry.
What?
The boss wanted a smoothie.
That's fresh squeezed.
Did that come from the place that does make the smoothies? Then does it matter if it was a smoothie or not?
I wasn't planning on going there.
He's giving me a hard fucking time.
Yeah,
Holy
wow,
shit.
Travis.
I thought he would go, "I'm sorry, I'll go and get you a smoothie." But now you're going to spit in it.
Yeah.
I don't want your smoothie now. No, I don't want a smoothie. That's all. Thank you,
If you
Travis.
want one,
All right,
I will let you know, Travis.
Wait a minute.
Do you really have to take a break?
You guys, I'll run out while you guys do what you do. Play with the clip. I got to take a break.
You're like the stand-up expert on the
Oh.
show. So if we're doing Laura Bush stand-up, we need you. So why don't you take a quick break and we'll finish the show next.
Let's
all right?
do that.
The very worst of the Opie and Anthony FU line.
Let me give a big FU out to Landmark Realty in Waiting River. They fucked me on my house. Yeah, I'm a truck driver, and I just want to give a big fuck you to the cock-sucking faggot that pulls up next to me while I'm driving through Indianapolis, giving me the "let me suck your cock" gesture. Fuck you! I'd like to give a big fuck you to Las Vegas. I just moved here from Boston. Missed out on Norton's show this past weekend, and what do we got this weekend coming up? Rich fucking Voss. Fuck you, Las Vegas. Hey, I want to give a big fuck you to Rosie O'Donnell for that horrible performance of a retard last night.
I'd like to leave a big fuck you to my mother-in-law. I'm tired of your mouth. I'm tired of your attitude. You're a rich bitch. Fuck you. This is a big F you to Yoko Ono and her that she calls singing. Fuck you, Yoko.
Call the Opie and Anthony FU line at 1-866-FU line 1. 1-866-FU line 1. Well, fuck you very much.
All right. So what's the deal with Laura Bush? Everyone's talking about that today as well.
She's
made a lot of the front pages of the newspapers. What, they did some kind of it was a roast type of thing? It was...
It's the Washington press and the whole Washington, all the politicians and everybody get together, and it's a fun night out for all of them, and they give speeches, and they're usually, kind of roast-like, you know.
She was funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What have we got here? A fucking comedian.
She was funny?
Mm-hmm.
She had some funny lines. Her delivery, you know, because she's the first lady, she's not a comic, so, you know, her delivery is a little off.
Okay.
But when you think about, you know, she's talking about the president here, and he really didn't look amused. He was kind of sitting there, and
he's a good old boy.
It was like he's kind of forcing to laugh.
You know, they thinking...
So they said this will be good for your image, you know.
Yeah, somebody got a sense of humor.
Right. So that's why he did it, but I don't think he really enjoyed it.
Because women in Texas are second-class citizens.
Texas?
Yeah, definitely Texas, Alabama, Arkansas, and Rhode Island.
Rhode Island, too. Lesbians there, but second-class citizens.
That's where the lesbians are, Rhode Island?
Rhode Island. A lot of lesbians in Rhode Island.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Let's listen to the First Lady doing some comedy.
But, Cedric, I think you'll appreciate this, and you can use it if you want to. See, there was a city slicker who was driving around lost, and he came across this old cowboy. And so the city slicker asked the old guy how to get to the nearest town. And
Not that old joke. Not again.
See, she comes out and interrupts his old joke that he bombs with. He tells that joke everywhere.
Was that the setup, you
think? That was the setup. He starts telling this old joke. Here's an old cattleman, and then she comes out and kind of breaks it up with, not that old joke.
Oh, so that was the setup, to get her up there to do some jokes.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right.
I wanted to hear his other joke. What do you say to a black man in a three-piece suit?
Well, what you do, you put Velcro on the ceiling and have him jump on the bed. Well, I got another one.
This is going to be fun because he really doesn't have a clue about what I'm going to say next.
Stop it after
George
it doesn't have a
always
clue.
says he's delighted to come to these press dinners. Baloney.
Why are they laughing there?
Because, I don't know. I don't like... I think they all thought she said below me.
Blow me? Yeah. Well, blow me.
Why are they laughing? I hate that.
Because it's the First Lady. Baloney is a funny word.
Yeah, she's like, bullshit.
Bullshit would have got a standing ovation.
Bullshit.
That would have rocked.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
He's usually in bed by now. I'm not kidding. I said to him the other day, George, if you really want to end tyranny in the world, you're going to have to stay up later.
Wow. That's kind of, kind of creepy. Talking about the president and his policy of ending tyranny around the world, and it turns out to be just a, it's a joke.
A little joke.
Then I put a little leash around his neck, and I dragged him around the room, and I took photographs with my thumb up.
Thumb up. She did that.
I made him and Dick Cheney get into a naked pyramid.
I am married to the President of the United States, and here's our typical evening. 9 o'clock. Mr. Excitement here is sound asleep. And I'm watching Desperate Housewives.
Oh, they're roaring.
With Lynn Cheney. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a Desperate Housewife.
She missed a great line.
Why?
I mean, if
she should have said, if Lynn wants Dick to eat her pussy, she has to put nitroglycerin inside of it. Oh, that would have got a laugh.
That's the one for today, kids. I thought Penny and Gums was going to do it. Pennies and Gum, but that's the showstopper right there.
I mean, if those women on that show think they're desperate, They ought to be with George.
Wow. Now she's knocking his sexual prowess.
One night,
laughing at the guy that can't satisfy his woman.
Well, they're just laughing because he goes to bed early. I don't think they're saying that he's not a good fuck.
She's a desperate housewife. It means she's looking for something she's not getting.
Well, the next joke she did was she said he fucks worse than he talks.
I gotta go to the phones here. Jeff in Canada. Jeff?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Jeff.
Jeff getting the XM illegally. What's up, Jeff?
I was going to say, since when did Rich Voss started writing for Laura Bush?
Come on, Laura. This is a funny line. Use it.
Very good, Jeff.
Love you, Jimmy.
Thanks, fella from Canada.
All right, there goes Jeff.
Bye.
but George and I are complete opposites. I'm quiet, he's talkative. I'm introverted, he's extroverted. I can pronounce nuclear.
You kind of fumbled the line, but that is kind of funny. That
would have been a great line, but
the guy can't say nuclear.
And she tripped over it.
But that's the worst time to mispronounce a word.
I know. We're doing a word pronunciation joke. That has Voss written all over it.
Right.
Can't pronounce nuclear.
Who is she, De Niro at the end of Raging Bull? If he's a degenerate, did I say that?
Oh, did I say that? Shut up, you. I love when he starts yelling at the people in the audience.
You're going to force me to make a comeback. Fuck you. And the horse you rode in on. And the whole cavalry behind you. This fucking dumb mook. That was his idea of being funny around those idiots at the Copa. They probably thought he was a real scream. Fuck you. Jake, you're hilarious.
But George and I are complete opposites. I'm quiet, he's talkative. I'm introverted, he's extroverted. I can pronounce nuclear.
Predict. It's nuclear.
The amazing thing, however, is that George and I were just meant to be. I was a librarian who spent 12 hours a day in the library. Yet somehow I met George.
That's a great line, though.
It's kind of funny.
Who
wrote this stuff?
That's a really good line.
Who wrote it?
Yeah, someone had to write
Someone
this
wrote
stuff.
it. She didn't come up with this crap on her own. Come on.
One night after George went to bed, Lynn Cheney, Condi Rice, Karen Hughes, and I went to Chippendales. I wouldn't even mention it, except Ruth Ginsburg and Sandra Day O'Connor saw us there.
Tell us your talk.
I won't tell you what happened, but Lynn's Secret Service code name is now Dollar Bill.
And mine's Old Glazed Donut Face. Yeah, could you picture them all out there at Chippendales? Stop it.
All getting Roman war helmets.
That's good.
There's the one line. That's all they have?
Yeah, isn't there supposed to be another line? Jimmy was talking about.
Yeah, there's
one.
two more to go here.
All right.
Someone was telling us we should watch Maury, so I was just taking a peek, see if we're missing anything.
Mom, you need to know my sister and I are prostitutes on today's Maury.
Fantastic.
All right.
Hope they have contact numbers.
So many mothers today are just not involved in their children's lives. Not a problem with Barbara Bush. People often wonder what my mother-in-law is really like. People think she's a sweet, grandmotherly Aunt Bee type. She's actually more like Don Corleone.
That's not a joke.
Cedric, am I doing all right?
Cedric the Entertainer.
She was feeling good, huh?
Yeah.
Look how he massacred the Middle East.
Great. Yeah. She's cracking him up.
Yeah, Cedric was the...
cracking him up. He was the MC or something?
A comic, yeah.
We have one more clip, and I don't think the joke you were talking about when you got here today.
There's a horse
How
cock
did they
joke.
miss that?
Well, let's
miss
see.
a horse cock
Oh,
joke.
maybe it's in here. I don't know.
Maybe.
We met and married, and I became one of the regulars up at Kennebunkport. All the Bushes love Kennebunkport, which is like Crawford, but without the nightlife.
Nothing better than a good
People ask me
Crawford
what
joke.
it's like to be up there with the whole Bush clan. Let me put it this way. First prize, 3-day vacation with the Bush family. Second prize, 10 days.
Because it's not fun, I guess, to be up there with the Bushes.
Here's what it's like to be on the Bush Ranch. If you're black, you better be wearing a red jacket and holding a lantern on the front lawn.
What was the joke they missed?
Something about the first time her husband went to milk a cow, but it was a horse, and it was a male horse.
Are you kidding?
She did a president jerked off a male horse joke.
Really?
Yeah. Horse gag reference would have probably been a little bit better, but she didn't go for that one. Yeah, it was a great joke. I just wish I had. I laughed out loud when I heard that on the AOL thing. What a fucking fat chick from the Midwest I am. I click on AOL and I laugh at the first
Oh, you laugh. LOL.
Tee-hee.
That's great.
All right. Jungle Jim Kim. Nice.
Andy, what else you got over there, buddy? Oh, sorry.
This is one of these G.G. Allen dolls I used to make for Norton, because this is for Merle.
Oh,
I was hanging out with Merle, Gigi's brother, and
covered in crap. He's
Oh,
bleeding, pissing, and there's a little
turd coming out of his ass.
It's all
A little
cut up.
felt log. I love that.
Yeah, it's all handcrafted.
Beautiful, dude.
Wah.
Are the tattoos accurate?
Yeah, they're actually better than his actual tattoos.
Scum fuck. Life sucks.
Gigi was great. He was one of a kind.
Gotta love Gigi.
Good old G.G. Allen.
Gigi.
Gigi. Rob on Long Island, what's up?
What's going on, guys? How you doing, Precious?
Hi, Rob. Thanks for calling the program.
No problem. Yeah, I learned that Anthony's house is full of humming germaphobes.
Humming germaphobes.
Yeah, we learned that
right
today in the
you
program.
are, sir.
Pinchy from Cleveland.
Hey, guys, what's up?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Boo Boo Bear.
Hello, Pinchy.
Hey, I learned today that Club Soda Kenny has the lower intestine of a goose with Parkinson's.
Good call.
That was a good one, too. Thanks, Pinchy. Let's go to Schwoogie. Hey, Schwoogie, what's up, buddy?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Hey, to answer your question, the guy who wrote that was Landon Parvan, who was a presidential writer. Who wrote back since the days of the Reagan administration.
He wrote Laura's stuff?
Yeah.
Wow, he's good.
Comic advisor to the presidents?
Yeah. Well, he writes a lot of serious political speeches, but he's also a writer.
What a scream he is.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. So.
He's a panic.
All right, put you down.
Okay, thank you. God, this show flew today.
Fantastic.
Today I learned Rosie has the legs of a fat white panda.
That was a good one.
Yes, we did learn that.
I like that one a
I
lot.
like to whip her legs. You ever see Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? How when Michael Caine, when he runs in and just whips Steve Martin's legs with a cord or something?
Ooh.
Or no, he whips it with a cane.
I didn't see that.
Ah, it's a great leg whipping scene.
Good leg whipping.
Right across the
nice fat pale leg.
Boneless chicken legs are hers.
Big fat pale leg.
Yeah. Big nuggets.
Let's go to Mike in Cleveland. Mike, what's up, buddy?
Hey, today I learned that the subplot of the Rosie O'Donnell movie was that the fat rich neighbor stole her bike.
Pee-wee, right? Pee-wee bike.
Wow, that's exceptionally loud.
Yeah, perfect.
Oof.
Deserved it.
Andy, you done? More or less?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. I'm going to be up in New York in a couple of weeks doing the Roseland tattoo show.
When is that? Because I'm in town, so I'll go to that.
Roseland Ballroom. It's the 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, it's huge. They have it every year, and they have sideshow performers and bands. And
They got to bring back the sideshows, not the fake sideshow.
No, the working acts. It's you know.
That stinks.
I mean, I appreciate it and all, but I want to see Turtle Boy.
Of course.
You know, on this,
all the PC crap is getting in the way of a good sideshow.
Right.
Like a retard in a dress with a top knot on the head running around.
Now it's all fake stuff. And,
They got a lesbian with a sense of humor. Will the hot chicks be with you?
Yeah.
Certainly worth the price of admission. Lovely.
We're getting. I'm getting a report that somebody here is writing that it wasn't Landon Parvan that wrote that. Howard S. from New York is saying he wrote this years ago. So
Howard.
Of course he did.
That's very funny. I didn't even get it. I'm so dumb.
Donahue from Philly.
Yeah, I learned today that only the young die hard.
I'm not even going to... See, now I'm not going to be able to listen to the replay because it's going to come out to that part and I'm going to get all hot and sweaty.
Why? It was
I'm going to be like, I'm going to have to turn the volume down. It was the worst. Because I was so, the...
God, I do that all the time with my MiFi. Oh, here's the part where I really ate it. I can't even listen to it.
Turn it down. I don't want to hear it.
I got to go to Squiz for a few minutes.
That's all right. The one line I said perfectly was a fat, juicy JFK bomb. Boy, that was a crisp, clear delivery.
We all had our moments
David
today.
Ferry and Clayshaw. Yep, it's on.
All right, Pat from Boston.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Learned that a retarded, unwashed genital mix smells like a Reuben sandwich.
Hey, very good.
Learn that.
Let's go to Chris. Chris, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show today?
Guys, a great show today. I laughed my ass off. I learned that retards shit bubble gum and pennies.
That was my favorite today. That was my favorite.
Up.
All right, thank you.
Hemorrhage learned that Bob Kelly was crying during the entire show. Weeping.
Blubbering fat ass.
Kenny, what did you learn on the show today?
I learned from Professor Anthony that the lesbians are indeed in Rhode Island.
Right.
All right, Dan from Hoboken. Is it the Dan from Hoboken? I learned Anthony's favorite movie is Die Young with Vengeance. Today I learned that Kim Fuck was a napalmed cock tease. That's a belt of scotch from whackbag.com. Golden Buns from Whackbag. I learned that Opie is all about the dip.
Golden Buns.
D Nice from OT. What's OT? Anyone?
Time?
Ontario? OT? Utah? O-T.
OT.
OT.
That's not a United States state.
All right. Today on the show, I learned that Rhode Island is full of
Ontario,
lesbians.
Canada.
Probably Ontario. All right. They're listening to XM like crazy up in Canada.
We love you, Canadian bastards.
Freddie B. from Philly, I learned that Anthony is old enough to know a thing or two about a thing or two.
This boy's life. Nice.
Evil G. from Jersey, I learned not to look into a retard's eyes.
Shut your pie hole.
You shut your goddamn pie hole.
Goddamn pie hole.
I hear you do quite the impression of me.
Oh, do me, come on.
Kay from Cali. Today I learned that C is for chromosome, that Rosie is missing. Sorry, I stumbled over that one there. Mike from Philly, what do you have, man?
Yo, I learned that Opie's getting rid of the negativity out of his life by giving the pickled punk back to the rightful owner.
There you go. It can't hurt at this point. Thank you, sir. Let's go to Buck in Tennessee. Buck, what did you learn on the program today?
I learned that the only way that Lynn Jenny can get her pussy is by stuffing it with nitroglycerin.
Did you have to stumble through that one?
Oh, my God, you stuttering, muttering prick.
Jesus. Old stroke mouth.
SatansSideshow.com. Anything else, Andy?
No, that's it. I'll be back, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Everybody go!